Alright, guys, welcome back. Welcome back.
That
Alright.
what did I just say about echoes?
Alright, so, do we have any announcements? Oh, next week we are not having, a session because holidays in the States. So a couple of players are gonna go see family, a couple of players are just gonna enjoy the extra couple of days off. Do you guys have any announcements or anything you want to share?
Not really, but happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Happy Superfood Day with all the extra food. Alright, I guess with that being said, let's go ahead and get started, and Soren will reappear at some point. Alright. When last we left off, last episode was actually pretty energetic. There was except it was a morning after, so it was like energetic with half the party hungover. The Yes, because the day before was the festival for the crafter in honor of the crafter, and so the morning after was him getting down to business and preparing to start assisting people throughout the town. So you guys found that, pretty much 100 people were waiting in line for the crafter's services. But by the grace of Jondi and all of her sweet wisdom, our party recovered from their hangovers. Shortly after that, Aya joined the party after being discovered eating Moshi's stash of sweet buns. Let's see here. And then before, when you guys were wrapping up, the crafter wanted to make sure that you guys were all set for your trip, with the main purpose of your trip to go and check on the well-being of a world builder nearby. So he actually provided a very generous amount of services for each of you. And when last we left off, you guys were just taking off in the cart, in Hanaya's cart. Hanaya is the crafter's, travel coordinator, and she's in an open cart with being pulled by two Perryfers. Zunori, you are sitting up with her, and Ivani, you are sitting in the back with a lot of the goods she's taking back with her to Chenogawa. Soren, you are riding like Back to the Future hoverboard on the back of a car.
Oh yeah.
With Moshi on your back and Aya on your shoulder. Oh, no, correction. You are holding Moshi back because Moshi is trying to go back with Aya because Aya said she could probably get the recipe for the sweet buns. But with the cart leaving and Tanaya not really willing to turn around, that is where we start off today. So you guys are hitting the road on a warm late afternoon going up to Chenogawa, and Tenai is pretty agitated with you guys for taking so long.
All right. So we're just like currently going down the road now. Like we left.
Yep,
Right.
yep, you guys are currently going out, and Moshi is still struggling in your arms because she really wants to race back and get the sweet buns.
I will hold on to Moshi like he's an angry baby trying to escape my arms. Uh, do my best to keep him in check. Is there
Ivan-
oh, go for it.
I was gonna say Ivania is gonna keep her eyes and ears open for any potential game along the way.
And I will take my satchel off my shoulder and throw it into the back of the cart. Should probably minimize weight as much as I can. I'm carrying two of y'all and I'm floating all the way.
Oh yeah, that's true. So Ivania helps you tuck away your backpack on the back of the cart next to where she's sitting.
I'll yell towards the front of the cart. Zenori, how's how you hanging in there up there, buddy? Oh,
Oh no!
we don't have Zenori audio.
Oh,
Oh, there we
Oh, there we go!
Yeah, we hear you now.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened there. Is it cutting out? Got
Yeah,
a
you're good.
fly
No, you're good.
following me.
Oh my god, it's the fly's fault, it definitely is.
Yeah, it's messing with my audio. I'm doing well, my friend. I do miss my wife, but trying times.
It seems she left before you, though.
Yeah, she's a busy woman.
Wow.
She's connected.
So I see.
Hmm.
Are we the only ones on the road?
Roll perception.
Oh,
You
did I
cut out
disconnect
for a
for a
bit.
second. Okay.
Roll perception.
Okay. It's 6.
Oof.
You can't tell anything with Moshi struggling.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm done struggling.
So he's just like defeated, like laying limp over his arm, like this is like
No, we're not gonna be that dramatic today. That's Moshi's fine.
All right.
I'll turn to what's the name again? Who's the driver again?
A 9.
Hinaya, and she is a
Hinaya.
Jeptuneer.
I'll turn to her and say, "So, been doing this long?"
She's like, long enough to know how freaking late you guys were. We're not gonna make it to the halfway house tonight.
Okay.
Wait, so we're gonna camp out? We're gonna have to camp out?
Oh, we're gonna have to, unless you guys want to sleep in the halfway house tomorrow morning.
I don't think Ivania would make it.
Well, I'm on the cart, so I'm not really, doing anything.
It's probably a better idea to camp out.
I haven't roughed it in a good while. It'd be good to sleep under the stars.
And speaking of Chris, roll a Constitution save.
Con save?
What?
Fancy. Yeah, fancy on you guys.
Mm.
Man, this fly is annoying. Constitution. That is a 12.
Okay, you are barely hanging on to consciousness because it occurs to you you got little to no sleep last night. And so now with you staying stationary and someone else at the reins, you are finding yourself relaxing and fighting off sleep.
I do that in real life too. As soon as I need a car,
Oh, dang.
20 kilometers.
Seems he wasn't holding up so well.
I'll
So,
let
there he
myself drift
goes.
off to sleep. Yeah.
I will poke fun at him a little bit and then just go back to focusing on holding on to this to the back of the wagon.
I whisper at Zenori, trying to keep him like awake. Hey, don't you think it's a little rude that we're late and then you're gonna fall asleep right next to our driver?
Or driver.
Oh,
Hanaya is like, hey, at least he's the quiet one.
Hey. Hey. Ivania crosses her arms like, fine, I won't say anything.
goodness gracious! If this is you on a good day, I'd hate to see you on a bad one. This, oh my! I settled back into my chair like.
Hanaya just kind of rolls her eyes and she's like, just, yeah, just go to sleep. But you can see she's starting to come around to you guys, but she's still pretty ticked off at the late delay.
Fair.
Understandable.
Just kind of can't let myself drift back to sleep again.
Ivania casts Druidcraft, and using Druidcraft creates some snowflakes and sprinkles that on Zenori right on the back of his neck.
I get it. I'm not supposed to be falling asleep, but please.
Oh no.
That feels nice though. Oh my. I'm caught in a rock and a hard place.
This effect, by the way, lasts for 24 hours.
Yeah.
So with the consistent stream of tiny icicles hitting the back of your neck, you no longer are fighting sleep.
Yeah.
It seems Moshi was also very tired. It seems he's passed out on my shoulder, so I'm gonna take him down and like pass him up, see if we can like lay him down on top of my satchel or something.
There, with Moshi laying down, there is enough of a soft enough area for Moshi to kind of curl up on.
Perfect. I'll lay him down there, and I guess, do I see Ivania looking around for stuff? Like, Ivania, are you making it obvious, like that you're keeping an eye out for stuff?
Well, I'm kind of passively looking and hearing, so I guess I do seem distracted, very distracted, because I'm looking out for other things.
Okay. I'll nod my head towards Ivania. What are you looking for?
I said, well, remember how I said that I only bought 2 days worth of rations because we could try and hunt for some? Yeah. Better. I'm trying to make sure we don't miss out on free food, so to speak.
Okay. I will assist. I'll also look around a bit. Aya's still on my shoulder, right?
Are you still on the shoulder, Aya? Are you digging?
Okay. Alright.
Oh, I'm still on the shoulder.
Were you gonna tell me to roll for something?
Yes. Roll perception with advantage.
All right. That's not good.
Oof.
That's slightly better. 10. I'm not having good rolls today.
That's a real
It's already started.
Listen, that was me last week.
Oh, we can't hear you.
We can't eat you, sure.
Sorry. Yeah, I want you to roll an active perception real quick.
Okay. $17. 19. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so you notice the Perryfurs have very, very long and usable hair. They are just these giant floofy cows, and unlike the Ecuran's fur and the Ecuran's demeanor, you figure you could actually probably start braiding this.
I'm probably gonna fly up there and braid some Perry fur hair then. Honestly, we're gonna give them cool hairdos on our ride. What else am I gonna do with my time? Honestly.
Tie a lot of flowers in there and stuff as well.
Absolutely. Don't be surprised if I make you guys flower crowns today when we stop.
The pet rock with the flower crown, that'd be great.
Absolutely.
That would be beautiful. Yeah.
And we're traveling with Hanaya, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay. All right. I'll call up to the front to Ivania and Zenori. Hey, if y'all want to get some rest, me and I can keep an eye out for now. I think we'll be fine.
Zenori instantly.
I don't think Kanaya will mind.
Vanya dispels the druid craft so that you can rest. Like, fine.
Thank you.
Vanya's still not that tired. Like, she'll probably rest when we are at the campsite.
Mhm.
But she is still trying to keep an eye out for huntable.
I would recommend a nap for you because you will start dipping into exhaustion a lot sooner.
Oh,
Not being
okay.
fully accustomed to the long days of the dark road.
Fair point. All right. And Vanya kind of like shifts Soren's bag around a bit to make like a makeshift pillow, and then lays her head on the bag as well.
And I guess while Aya's braiding the hair, we'll just kind of keep an eye out while we go. How far are we trying to make it today? To the
You
towards our destination.
guys are. The goal is to get 1/3 of the way today.
Oh, right before Ivania like actually KOs, she tells Soren to keep an eye out. Like, hey, look out for anything. If you do find out there's an animal that we can make into food, wake me up immediately.
I will be, as Vanya, nods off. I will be especially looking for the quote unquote shady people that were mentioned when we were at the banquet, because Soren hasn't traveled all that much. He doesn't know what's up with the roads and everything. And all he's heard is that they're shady people. So he's a bit worried. I'll keep an eye out, and I'll keep an eye out for animals too. Should I roll perception for the time that we're keeping an eye out while everyone's out, or?
That's what I'm thinking, but I kind of want you to roll another one, and I haven't decided yet.
All right.
Survival. So roll a perception and roll a survival.
Oh, both. Okay. Survival is a 7.
Ooh.
And perception is a 16. I rolled
Okay,
one half decently.
So, the thought of the shady people greatly perturbs you, and you totally overlook any wildlife.
It's fine.
But immediately in the first leg of the journey, there yep, a couple of travelers pass by on the road. They don't really, they just seem to be like traveling merchants or
Oh,
farmers.
shitty people.
Not shady people.
Okay.
To you, they look more like villagers. They look more
Alright.
like residents. But other than that, the first part of it is pretty uneventful. And Sorn and Zunori, you guys have a safe small rest.
You mean
so
Ivania
you-
and Zunori?
Yes. What did I say?
Soren and Zunori.
Yes, Ivania and Zunori, you guys have successfully achieved a short rest. It is now star set. The star is beginning to set, so darkness is beginning to descend. But you guys have recovered your wits and your energy.
I do have dark vision. I should be fine to keeping
Oh, yeah.
watch. Yeah. Okay.
So are we awake now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I turn my light on for everyone? Since I can glow.
You can.
Okay. I want to glow for everyone.
Perfect.
Just so everyone's aware, I am equivalent to bright torchlight.
Wow.
So
Right. We got a little light now.
Mhm.
as the sun, as the starlight begins to descend over the horizon of the realm, and darkness descends, you guys see this bright light just slowly start to grow from the side of the peripher, and you see as locks and locks and locks of the peripher's fur is braided, and this glowing is just feverishly continuing to braid the peripher's.
I'll seeing this. Didn't you used to do this for the druid too? You would braid her hair, right?
I would when I could get away with it.
She didn't like it all that much, huh?
No, I like braiding things. She does not like having her hair braided at all.
She seems like the type. She doesn't seem very. She's very scattered, I think.
Yes. I mean, when she lets me braid it, it helps keep everything out of her hair, and I don't have to remove twigs and stuff later. But no, we can't sit still for 5 minutes, and then we have to pull stuff out of her hair, and she has to sit so much longer later.
I mean, those twigs are always in her hair, with how much she's,
It's because it's never braided.
wrapped up in the roots. Okay.
Ivania, roll perception.
All right.
Because you got my highest passive, but I want to see if you see it. That makes sense.
That
A
is
silly
22.
All right. So, you are shadowed where you are currently sitting, so Aya's light is not interfering with your view of the stars and the nebula clouds. You look up in and admire the night sky. But as you do that, you can't really see the distance, so the determination of size is unknown to you. It could be very big and just very far. It could be very small and very close. You don't hear anything, but you see what appears to be variably large set of wings, and almost shimmering with a dull or a light, very faint orange. and it flies completely overhead you guys, completely silently, and just like an instant, it is gone. Heading towards the northwest, northwest.
That's towards. Yeah, that is towards where we're going.
Jinagawa.
Ivania's like, whoa, holy shit, did you all see that?
I didn't see anything, did I?
Yeah, no,
My
none
passive,
of you
yeah,
guys
my
saw
passive
this.
is really bad. All right.
I don't know how anybody expects that I'm going to see anything lit up like a torch, but
See what?
Ivania's just like, but that thing, it's big wings and glittery.
What did it look like?
I don't know. I just saw a pair of really big wings and it just flew over us. I'm surprised no one saw it.
I think Ivania might need to go back to sleep.
I'm not lying. I swear I saw it.
Insight check.
Roll insight.
10. Oh wait, no. wait. 7.
You can't tell. The
I have no
bunny
idea.
is
I
definitely
think,
very energetic, but you can't tell if it's sarcastic energy or genuine energy.
All right.
I don't think I can do anything to try and investigate or like recall what it might be. Can it? Can I?
Did it? Are you asking if it looked familiar?
Well,
Yeah,
he's asking.
but-
He's asking a genuine question because that's the thing with Ivania is Ivania has great perception but very little experience, so often may not know what she's looking at. So go ahead. Ooh. Oh, what do I want you to roll? Hold on.
I feel like this is either
I will let you choose. I will let you choose. You can do either history or religion.
Considering that I have bonus in history, I'll do history.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Moshi's finally woken up. What did he miss?
Oh.
Sorry.
There are some wings in
That
the
was
sky
a
or
5.
something. I'll pat Moshi's head as he's sitting up, like, you all right, buddy?
I'm lit up like a torch right now, and I
We're-
braided
we're
all the fairy
groggy.
fur's hair.
A little groggy, but we're hanging in there.
Ivania, you can't decipher if it was anything you've heard from in your school classes, or if it was a creature, or if it was an altered being. You have no freaking clue. It was too brief and too sudden for you to really decipher what it could possibly be.
Ivania kicks herself. Damn it! Really should have paid attention in the Helen's class.
Have I seen anything that matches the description that Ivania gave?
It sounds like a bird.
Orange bird.
It's those damn ravens again, isn't it?
No, it can't be.
Nah, this is way too big. It can't be.
Sorry,
Like,
we
Do I
were-
too
feel
big.
the eyes of
We've
the
seen a bird.
Yeah, Ivania said she saw some like wings in the
Wings.
sky.
A
Not
Yeah.
large
necessarily a
winged
bird,
creature.
just wings.
Wings.
That was big. That's all I know.
I think she needs to go back to sleep.
Yeah, Vanya's the only one that can see clearly now that I'm lit up. Like the
Oh,
whole
yes.
darkness. Yeah.
And Moshi, you realize Aya has spent the entire afternoon braiding one of the Perry furs.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Moshi doesn't want to admit it, but he thinks it's amazing. He's very impressed.
I don't think Moshi's hair is long enough to be braided.
No, I
though,
don't
is
think so.
It's okay. Flower crown for Moshi too, even though Moshi's mad at me.
it? Oh, we're patching things up.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh.
We'll see if eating all the sweet buns is forgivable.
Oh, no,
I
that
mean,
was
we
a-
have
that
more
was a
sweet
grievous
buns
offense.
now.
That's true. we
I
do.
agreed to help get the sweet bun recipe.
This is true. This is true.
I think we're a bit far from that now.
Well,
Turn
at the
around.
moment, yes.
Let me pull out my being friends with a pro con list. Hold on. Yeah, we've got some more pros on this. I don't know.
Makes flower crowns.
That's a con. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh, she's not into that.
Okay, but Soren wearing a flower crown.
Moshi would like to see that.
See? See?
I'm waiting for it.
Okay, Area, roll a nature check.
$17.
17. All right. So, as you guys are discussing this flower crown, you do see ahead of you guys a few feet is a bush of night flowers that really only bloom at night, and they have stems long enough to be tied together.
Yes, flower crowns for everyone. Y'all are gonna be gorgeous. Special
She's really
flowers.
fixing everything up. We're gonna be looking good.
Is there enough extra that I can make like little flower garlands for the cart?
We're gonna like stroll into this town with all this like flowers everywhere.
Listen, flowers
know
The
what?
are
braided
big.
paraffers.
Roll.
Oh my god, I could put them in the paraffers.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Hair. Oh my god. Can I put them in the paraffers hair too?
Oh,
Roll
braid it
a
into the
performance
parrot.
Yeah,
check.
braid it
Okay,
in.
okay.
Performance check.
Seven.
Ooh.
Well, you
No.
beat the DC. So you have enough flowers, and you're able to gather enough flowers before the cart gets too far away from you. Enough for 2 crowns, and then you can adorn probably about 10 extra flowers in random places in the Perry Fur Fur.
Okay. Then Ivana and Soren are gonna get the flower crowns.
All right.
Moshi still seems grumpy. We're gonna leave Moshi alone.
Ivania cheers. Yay!
I'm very neutral about it, but thank you. I
We should
will.
teach Soren to braid them.
Oh my god, yeah. Soren, do you want to learn how to make flower crowns?
I mean, like,
Maybe. Maybe so. Then. That might be interesting.
When we stop for the night, that way we're
All right,
not holding
perfect,
everything up.
Perfect. While we continue down the road, I'll look over at Moshi. What was that thing that you gave to the crafter to fix?
oh no, we're not talking about that today.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'll back off.
Achi.
Soren's too
Moshi
curious
is
for his own
spicy
good.
today.
Well, she's tired today. Yeah. Any other day, seriously, not today.
All right.
Perhaps tomorrow.
I'll nod my head at him and continue on. I'll yell up at Anaya. Are we there yet?
Oh my god. You want to make her kill us?
And I was like, that is an option. I could just say the word. Just say the word.
Is she's one of the Jeptoniers, right?
She is. And
That's the mermaid people, for lack of a better term. I'm sorry.
Yep. So for Hanaya.
What are you doing on land? No, but like really,
just looks
like
over
Very
her shoulder,
straightforward.
like. So for Hanaya, she has very, very small scales that can be mistaken for skin that are super light blue in complexion. But she has long fins that appear to be hair from a distance coming out of her scalp. And those fins are adorned with, little seaweed wrappings and pearls. She's wearing just generic traveler's clothes. But you also notice on the side of her neck and down her chest, she has slits that are totally shut, but you still see the slits. Presumably, those are to help her breathe underwater.
Oh, okay. So does she like? She has 2 legs on land, but do they become fins like in the ocean, or like what? That seems
Do you
real
want to ask
impractical
her that?
for. Oh, so
You
do
ask
you
her that.
swim or what?
And I was like, I've taken to walking more often than not. And she's like, I was born with fins, but when I decided to go into Brayluke's service, I had him give me legs instead. She's like, they're finned. I can still swim, just not as well as I used
No
to.
wonder she's really uncomfortable. She's a fish out of water.
Oh.
Good lord.
Oh.
Zenori's like,
Well, she's very straightforward today.
And I was like, yeah, she's like, there's a reason I didn't say no to returning to Channel Gawa, and that's because I am way too far away from the water, because that means I am way too close to you guys.
Ouch.
Soren's hurt. I didn't think we were that
Well, she
bad.
says you guys, she's pointing at Moshi and Lintense in general, that generally do not live near bodies of water.
Ah. So, wait, can Moshi swim?
Yeah, can I? I mean, I don't like to, but like,
Guess we'll have to find out.
yeah, when I
maybe
roll
you have
that.
to.
That means when we're
in that
crossing the
one.
river, we're gonna have to put like some kind of flotation device on Moshi, like
no.
the
I
tube.
mean, I'm sure
You
there's
know,
another way to get
Moshi
across,
hates
'cause
getting wet, so I
she-
think just the thrashing alone will probably keep Moshi afloat.
If we're crossing deep bodies of water, I am more concerned with Soren, the giant
Whoa.
pile of rock.
I have Jesus mode. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Soren can just float across.
Mode unlocked.
He's the power.
And I
Level
was listening to all this bickering, and she's just like, oh, but she's like, she's like, you guys are going up to Chenogawa because there's this thing called
There's a bridge.
bridges up there.
That's why we're going there.
I mean, push comes to
Moshi
shove,
feels
though.
real
By the time we
stupid.
have to cross water, can I put Moshi in my bag of holding? Moshi's
Wait,
not
you have a
super
bag of
duper-
holding?
I have a bag of holding. It levels
So
with
do
me.
I mean, I don't have a bag of holding. No.
Uh-huh.
No.
The space
Let
inside
me consult
increases
my
with
rules
levels.
lawyer.
So many people.
I mean,
Out of
I was in her
character.
bag of holding.
Yeah, she was in.
Out of
So
character.
why can't she
Isn't
go
it
in
really
my bag
small?
of holding?
Isn't it really small though?
It is
No,
at the moment.
No, wait. I wrote down bag of holding factoids. Just a second.
No
Bag
air.
of holding
No
is an
air.
interior space considerably larger than its outside dimensions, roughly 2 feet in diameter at the mouth and 4 feet deep. I could
Big
fit
enough.
that.
Yeah, big enough.
2 feet in diameter.
Okay,
Diameter.
that is an average size of bag
Yeah.
of holding. Aya, you have a tiny bag
I
of
know,
holding.
but when I level, the inside increases. I can fit more in there. Yeah.
The inside,
So
but not
couldn't
the mouth,
I-
right?
Yeah,
Yours,
like,
yours
yeah.
is still probably about 1/6 the size of a standard bag of
Never
holding.
mind. I cannot put you in my bag of holding.
No, it's all right. We'll just you can shove yourself in my bag though. It'll fit. So I didn't
What?
mean
Wait,
that.
wait.
Like
I mean,
shove
if so-
yourself. I didn't.
I
mean
know
that.
what you meant. You're all good.
What if we put Moshi in his own bag of holding?
I have my own bag of holding, and I can fit in my own bag of holding.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
one of us
exactly.
is carrying the bag of holding.
Exactly.
Out of character, out
Someone
of
can carry
character,
it.
the
Yeah.
mechanically the way that they work is that it's an alternate space and it has no air. So
Mhm.
just
Oh,
keep
okay.
that
Shit,
in mind.
it's as long
and
as-
you
well,
cannot.
No air. What is
I thought
this?
it
No
had.
air. No air.
My
Can't I bring
rules
air in
lawyer-
with me? It'll fit.
My
It's
rule.
got,
Hold on. I have the answer.
it has
I have the answer.
64 cubic feet inside of it.
A bag
Nah.
of holding has
I
enough for one creature, 1 hour of air.
Yeah.
Between each time you open it up to get more air.
So like I could be in it for an hour and
Yeah.
then open it back up and
Yeah.
close it
And have
I could
another
be in
hour,
for
yeah.
another hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, this is good.
This will
So-
come in handy.
This will
Aya
come.
being smaller was probably able to survive much longer because 1 hour of air for like a normal size person would have lasted way longer for Aya.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Fair
Yeah.
enough. I'm incredibly small. I understand.
Okay, I'm assuming like as we're bantering, we're walking. Yes.
I,
Oh yes, you guys are still
yeah.
covering distance.
Are we coming up on our destination?
Or campsite for the night.
I would
Oh,
say
yeah.
you guys are about 70% of the way there.
Right.
All
I guess
right.
I'll start keeping
Napping
an
solves
eye
a
out
lot of
for-
problems when you travel.
yeah.
True.
I will just I guess until we get there, I'll just keep an eye out for animals with Ivania.
Yes. Also, are we out of range enough so that I no longer am restricted by the Hunters Guild's like allowed hunting range? Like I can probably hunt anything I want at this point.
Can't you hunt anything you want anyway, whether you're successful or not?
It was within Orkney and the boundaries of Orkney, I was only able to hunt small game, and I believe I already expanded that one. What's it called? Icrins? Yeah. Oh no.
I need
Akdao, yeah.
Rochelle. I need
You-
some visual aids for these things. You know, like
Yeah.
what does
Yeah,
a
you-
Perry
well,
fur
you
look
guys-
like?
I need to do art. Is that what you're saying? I
You need
get
to
my ass back on art. I need to art. I
You need to
second
art,
this.
and you need to art now.
Oh my goodness. So, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do Perry fur art this week just because I absolutely love the thought of Perry furs. But for you, Ivania, you know you will leave the hunters boundary at the next river, or at the first river you guys come to. Once you cross that first river, you will be outside of their jurisdiction.
Okay, so I can still only hunt small game. And I
Small
already
game
took-
and tack down.
But how would they
Oh,
know?
okay, so I have more than one touchdown. Okay, great.
True.
What'd you say, sorry? What'd you say?
But how would they know?
You do you. I'm not gonna say shit.
Magic.
Like I said, sword is very what's it called? Gray in terms of ethics.
You're just a baby. You're
I
only
have no
2.5 weeks old.
I'm like, what? Hey, what does this matter?
Ivania is thinking here. It's like, I personally don't want to break the rules, but if we say that you're the one that hunted it, no
And I can
one's gotta
pre-cook
know.
everything.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to write in my
Ivania's
adventure
willing to break
journal.
laws.
I've been behind. What are we talking about?
We were talking about Ivania's limits on being able to hunt and my
Oh,
lack
yeah,
of limits
is-
because I don't care.
Is that? I'm sorry. I was the one who originally asked this question, and then I checked out. Like you can't. You have to be outside like a certain boundary in order to hunt other things, or it's like a level up thing. Like you just don't have enough expertise to hunt other things.
No, there's a hunting guild in Orkney.
Yeah.
And they control what gets hunted in the surrounding forest to make sure that the ecosystem stays intact. So, or that, specific species aren't hurt and stuff like that. So they have restrictions. And for Ivania, they did apply those restrictions. And so if Ivania were to hunt outside of what she's allotted in this area,
Okay.
that could
So it's not
come up,
skill
it could-
level. It's just politics.
Yep.
Yeah. I do not
Pretty
want
much,
to pay
yeah.
fines.
You should have paid the fine.
But I
Just
guess
see this random like warlock writing a ticket. Like, actually, I don't know what a warlock looks like. Sorry, I
raised
don't
my
do
hand.
D&D. Oh yeah, I just see Soren writing a ticket. Yeah,
That would be the druid. The druid pops up out of nowhere.
right.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hefty,
Like,
a hefty
you
fine.
violated the law.
Here you go.
I guess we should start looking for stuff for dinner if we want to save on our rations for today. So.
Absolutely.
All right. right. Do you want to stay on the cart, Ivania, or do you and Sorn want to go hunting?
Let's go hunting.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
All right. Are you guys, the rest of you, staying with the cart? All right.
I'm gonna
I'll
stay
come
with
help.
the part.
I'll come help hunt.
all right.
You want to go?
Why not? I mean, I got
I'll
like
put Moshi on my
loads of
back.
ball bearings, you know.
And
just
I guess
kidding,
we
I
can
have
just
weapons.
kind of like, I'll try to keep pace with the cart, and we can kind of stay on either side and look into the forest. You want to do that?
Wait, what? Don't you need to like go in the forest? or
Well,
hunt?
we can just look until we see something and then go for it. You know.
Actually, do you think if I went into the edges off the path with my glow that it could scare stuff towards our path?
That'd be cool.
You can certainly try.
Aya, how big are you? Like
I am less than
Pixie.
half a foot tall. I'm 5.5 inches.
you're 5. I need a ruler. Hold on, just a second.
Small.
Very
like,
small.
Like the size
We're
of your
talking
phone.
like half a foot. Yeah.
About to speak.
Yeah. Like if you hold your hand up, you're looking at about probably the size of your hand, like height wise.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Would any animal see you?
Well, so I'm equivalent to strong or bright torchlight. So
Yeah,
especially if I
Glowing
turn
like
it,
a torch right now.
and I can turn it on and off at will. So if I dim it, go in, and then flash them like a flash grenade, I can probably scare something out.
Just gonna throw you. Just yeet you like over.
Exactly. Have Sword
Fire
throw
in the
me
hole.
in there. I will light back up and we'll scare stuff out towards the cart. Perfect.
I like this.
Can he throw me and then I can flash grenade some animals?
Fantasy
Gosh.
flashbangs.
I
I
have a
love that.
flashbang.
I'm gonna write in my adventure journal. Aya. No. What is it?
It's a flashbang.
Oh, what's the
Flashbang.
word? Proposes to be a flashbang.
There we go.
Oh.
Like, I can definitely be thrown by him.
Yeah, if you
The
scare him
other-
back towards us, we could like do target practice, me and Ivania.
Yes, please.
And Moshi too.
Please.
Because I freaking love you guys. My recommendation would be, and this has been known to happen with Antares, particularly in times of war, because of your size and because of how light you are, you can go further, faster, while riding an arrow.
Oh,
Whoa!
Oh,
Dude,
oh.
that is awesome.
me out of
Moshi's
there,
very
shoot
impressed
me!
with this fact.
Oh my god! Please, please, please! Oh my god, this is gonna be the best thing that's ever fucking happened! I need to be shot!
She keeps
now!
she keeps saying "shoot me," and Moshi's
Shoot
conflicted.
me!
You know how that means.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, let's go through the sequence of events. Let's just do the sequence of first couple of rolls. Ivania, roll perception with advantage.
Oh my god. this is
Sword,
hilarious.
roll stealth with advantage.
So perception with advantage, 23.
Stealth 16.
Oh, not bad.
My first one was awful.
Aya, roll nature.
Don't choke
Buddy,
it. Yes.
so excited. This is gonna be the best thing that's ever happened.
This is where our good rolls go. They go to
Exactly.
pointless.
They go to
like-
cool shit.
These are where all our good rolls go.
Can't talk right
Just
now. I'm
pointless.
doing cool shit.
Looking into the forest to find animals.
Gotta get some food.
We have
And-
rations, but we're gonna hunt anyway.
Just
we're
supplement
getting
to
nat
supplement.
20s.
We have to make it last.
Ivania, now roll a dexterity.
Oh, okay. Dexterity. That is +3. Ah, that's a 9.
Oh, Vanya. I spoke too soon.
You ruined it.
I did. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm so worried I was gonna be the one that ruins it.
I shouldn't have spoken.
Okay,
Jinxed
so. Well, it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
it's not over yet. All right. the noise of the cart and the perifers was definitely a huge concern. So you guys raced ahead a bit so that way you guys can quietly walk and listen better to the forest around you. Evania does recognize some animal noises, just kind of northwest of your guys' location. Probably about 300 feet or so. Hold on. Wait.
Math time.
It is math time. Alright, yeah, about 300 feet is the distance to the approximate area of the noise of the sound. You guys do manage to sneak through the initial brush of the forest, and Soren, you kind of like send a little magic will-o-wisp signaling the cart to stop, so they don't come up and chase you guys. And
just got this urge of Moshi to be like, stop! Stop! Everything runs away.
So
Moshi didn't, but that was like my gut reaction.
Aya is ready to go on the arrow. Evania, you fumble on the first attempt to shoot Aya. Roll another perception.
Perception.
I'm sorry, do we see an animal or something? Is that...
I think we hear noises at the moment.
We hear
We're trying to
noises.
steer them
Animals.
towards
Okay.
us.
Perception, that is 13.
Okay,
Little
you
did
can't
they
tell
know.
if they moved or not, but there's but you guys are about 250 feet.
I mean,
to
I'm
the
looking too.
approximate
I have
location.
dark vision. Does that help?
So do I.
Oh, I thought you stayed
Oh.
with. I thought you stayed with the cart.
I guess
Oh,
I'm
you
just
did with us?
standing
Moshi, remember?
randomly
Oh.
next to you guys.
I have dark
The only
vision
one-
too.
We turn around. Oh,
Yeah.
Moshi didn't see you.
Yeah,
the only one
ones
that stayed with Cart was Zanari.
Because it's
Yeah,
dark and I'm
Zunori
Black
does
Cat.
not. Yeah, and Zunori does not have dark vision at all. But okay, Moshi rolls. Oh, you know what? You roll dexterity.
Oh my god, I didn't even pull up my sheet. Jeez. So sorry, guys.
Oop.
It's been an interesting afternoon. Give me 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27. I didn't even need that. I only needed 3. Okay, cool. So, no. What am I doing?
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
This one. A 17. That's a 17.
All right, so you noticed Ivania starting to fumble Aya on the arrow, and you catch Ivania's wrist just right.
Me?
Ivania, yep. So you helped Ivania get a hold of the arrow with Aya
Oh,
climbing
yeah.
on top.
Nice.
Sweet.
Ivania, roll to fire.
What,
Aya,
like,
roll acrobatics.
what am I rolling to roll to fire?
Just a 2 hit, I'd
Roll the
assume.
hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, roll to hit. I
Is that
get my attack
acrobatics?
bonus, right?
Yes,
Yeah, she said
all the
acrobatics.
bonuses.
Or athletics. Did you say acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics, yeah. Acrobatics.
Wait,
So-
am I rolling something?
No,
Nope,
you
you are
did your
not.
job.
Do I add my attack bonus?
Yeah. You're rolling
Oh,
it to
sweet.
hit, right?
Nice.
So
18.
that puts me at a 24. Do I get anything because I'm an expert in acrobatics or no? Like on
That's
top of
the. It's already added to your.
it? Okay.
to your
So 24.
division. Yeah.
24.
So, with Moshi's just gentle assistance and nudging, Ivania was able to balance the bow, and he let loose the arrow with Aya attached. And as if she's done this before,
That's it.
she uses the arrow's momentum to actually kind of swerve out of the way of trees and through the thickets. You hear the arrow thunk at approximately 280 feet from you guys. So you overshot by about 30 feet from the noises there. And Aya, you are standing on the arrow that is attached in the tree, but you are out of line of sight from them.
Okay.
You could probably yell, but roll perception.
15.
Okay.
Wait,
You
17.
hear.
My bad, 17.
Okay. You hear what sounds like a couple of animals in the thicket between you and the rest of the party. What do you want to do?
I want to light up, and I'm going to yell real loud and scare them back towards the party. So just like 0 to 100 on the light here. Just Pachow!
Oh my.
Roll performance.
$13.
The animals get startled and start yipping. Ivania, roll perception.
All right.
This is
Or actually,
bad
roll
for myself.
nature. Roll nature.
Nature?
I-
Okay. I do have all. I think I have advantage on all nature checks, I think. Yeah, I do. Oh, but this is to identify my. No, so that's not. Never mind. Nature, that would be a 16.
All right. You all notice Aya's flashing in the distance from between the trees. So then, that's signifying that, hey, you guys hit in the area of the animals, and she is trying to scare the animals back to you. But Ivania, you hear the yips, and you realize it's not casual game. You realize it's not a tactile. It sounds, actually... Oh, wait, I just had the paper out. Dang it! What did I do with it? Oh, there it is.
I'm fucked. I feel it in my bones. I'm about to get eaten.
It sounds like a couple of garages, which you guys know
man.
as
Why are
wild
these-
canines.
Why are these all spelled so strangely?
Yeah, can you spell that for us?
I'm just
Hold
gonna
on,
write
I'll just put it in the
galoshes
chat.
because
Galoshes.
I'm assuming they cannot climb, right?
It's probably not safe to assume that.
Can they climb or no? I find this to be a very important question right now.
wait, how do you spell
You're
Be a
it?
nature
just gonna
check,
have
huh?
to find out.
Thank you,
So
Richelle.
they're like
Feral canine
some
things?
wild dogs.
Yeah, they're like. It sounds like it, right? Or like a kind of wolf thing.
Like fox size?
You guys recognize these as wolf size, but
Oh.
the statues in the mausoleum that came to life were statues of garages.
Oh, okay.
No way. Are these like spirits in there again? Wait, no, these are real this time.
These might be
Okay,
alive.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Moshi is
you-
like I'm sorry, Moshi's real confused today. Oh. Okay, wait, how do you spell these things?
I'm sorry, I put it in the wrong chat. Hold on.
Yeah, it's on the stream chat.
It's on oh, I'm sorry. Man, there's like 3 chat things.
We got so
I got
many pulled
Discord,
up.
I got Zoom, and I got Twitch.
I am sending you coffee vibes. I love you.
Man, I can't keep up today. I still
That's
spell it
coffee
wrong.
for you here.
I don't like coffee.
I
I'll
also
send you
have
tea
energy
vibes.
drinks and tea.
I don't like any of this.
I
What
have
do you like?
caffeinated gum and caffeinated mints.
I like water.
Water.
You can have minty fresh breath and
No,
not
actually-
sleep for 3 days.
No, it's funny. I have these like gummies that are like natural caffeine, and so I like take those for
you
like a
go.
little jolt.
Uh,
That's why I'm like back to life right now. I was just like
Richelle will tell you I'm a little bit of a caffeine addict. I may or may not have 9 or 10 different kinds of caffeine at my house. I'm sure we could find something.
I love
You
the smell
actually
of coffee,
got
though.
me hooked
Coffee
on
smells
these
great.
things.
Oh yeah, I did that.
What is that?
So
Shameless
these
plug
are
moment. I've heard of that. I've heard of
It
that
works
now.
pretty well. I also
Yo.
got her hooked on the caffeinated chocolate.
yes.
Sorry.
Also,
Wow.
they have mint chocolate, and their mascot is an owl.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure that's not why you bought it.
I also have caffeinated mints and a different type of caffeinated gum and caffeinated chapstick and energy drinks and tea and coffee.
Caffeine receptors are fried.
Listen,
while we
I may or
while
may
we're
not
on this,
fully exist off caffeine.
while we're on this caffeine tangent, Aya's life is at stake.
Oh yes, my bad.
Caffeine tangents are important.
Aya is easily distracted, especially by caffeine and
Because of the
knowledge.
caffeine, I'm sure.
Probably.
So Ivania right now is the only one that is aware that these are garages.
Poor
And
Zenori's just sitting there like, what's going on?
they are predatory, right?
Very, very predatory.
Okay, so Ivania basically says like, "Oh no, this is bad," and tells everyone, tells Moshi and Soren to like run towards Aya because we may or may not lose our brand new party member.
So Aya is way far away.
Yeah.
They're running away from her.
Are they?
Nope.
No.
No, they are
No,
definitely
they
I thought
not
they
running
were
away
running
from
towards
her.
us.
That
They
was
started
the plan.
yipping at Aya.
It
Yeah.
did not work.
We ran into some
They
Alex
realized
I
that I'm
super
symbols.
lost. So they started coming toward us, and then they turned
No.
around, or like
No,
I,
they just
I
never
tried
started
to
running.
scare them
So sorry.
toward. Okay,
Yeah.
so I tried to scare them towards you. Instead,
Yes.
they realized that I'm very tiny, and as a predatory pack, can take me.
Oh, so they all turned around toward you?
They're
Yep,
they're
so
all
they did
yipping
not-
at me at the moment.
Yeah,
they did not run.
were. Yeah, they were startled, but did not run away. As
I essentially gave
intended.
them a meal.
A meal
Hello,
with a
free
beacon.
meal.
Yes, a meal with a beacon. Well, I can turn my light back off.
But like,
though,
you
yes?
can fly.
Well,
Can't you
I
just?
can. But
go
if I go
higher?
up and they can climb, it's
But
not going
they're
to get me out of
wolves.
the
They can't
situation.
climb.
You don't
That's
know
what
that.
I asked, and she said, "We don't know." So this is why I
so
think I'm fucked.
I'm in panic mode, so I am going. I'm gonna cast Duskwalk, and I'm just gonna melt into the shadows and make my way towards Aya as fast as I can.
Gosh. Oh my gosh.
Am I able to identify which one would be the pack leader?
Okay.
Wait, what do I have
Just
in
two
my
of 'em, right?
bag?
No, you guys don't know how many there are yet. You guys
know
have
there's
not
multiple.
engaged them yet. There is multiple. You do know that there is
Wait.
at least multiple.
Can I throw some sweet buns? Will that
You-
work? Will that work?
Your
Where's Moshi and
bag
what
is
have you done
back
with him?
on the cart.
I've thrown sweet buns before. Save your asses.
Your bag is still back on the cart.
Why
Oh
didn't
no!
I bring it with me?
Oh, okay. Wait.
Is
which,
it? No,
which
it's my
one?
bag. It's my bag.
Oh, that's
in
your
the cart.
bag. Okay.
Yeah.
My
Okay,
bag
so
is
yes.
on me at all times because of its precious cargo.
Contents. Yeah.
You do have sweet bun ammunition.
All right, I'm gonna throw a
Nice.
couple.
Well, you haven't engaged yet. You don't even know where they're at.
We're
I
pretty
don't think
far
you
off.
can
They're in
throw
front
that
of me.
far either.
They're like
You watch.
250.
I don't know.
They're
I don't-
250 yards away from me. Yards, meters.
Yeah.
whatever
That's
you
That's
yeah,
why
so
I took
before you
off.
guys, yeah, so
Yeah,
before,
no, I can't do that.
So before you guys took off, the sounds emanated from about 250 yards. Aya was projectiled to be about 270, 280-ish yards. And Ryan or Soren, you did your dusk walk.
Duskwalk. Yeah, I'm full speed in the shadows, just going.
Roll perception and stealth.
Perception.
Back to my original question.
Perception is
I-
a 20. Or 22, and stealth, 15.
Okay. What's your question, Aya?
Can I identify the pack leader? Because I'm assuming there is a pack hierarchy.
Roll perception with advantage. Okay, so you see, and Soren, you also see this. You can only see visibly Aya 2. Soren, you know there are 4, and they are beginning to circle Aya. At this time, you cannot decipher which one is a pack leader.
Okay.
And Moshi and Ivania, you two are running up.
Somebody let Zenori know.
Oh, I'll go back and tell him.
There we
I
go.
haven't
She's heading back.
I haven't rested, so I don't have Hail of Thorns, right? Because I used it to get my poison.
If you only have one a day, that is correct.
Okay. Both my
All
plans
right.
have gone out the window.
So Moshi, you are heading back to the cart.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay,
And
Ivania,
Ivanya's
what are you
coming to
doing?
us. All right.
If Vanya tries. Okay. If Vanya tries to distract the garages, she casts Druidcraft and creates a sound of a small animal. And see if that might distract the garages.
Roll a performance.
Oh, I think we lost him.
And lure them
Oh,
away
he's
from.
back. Okay. Oh. We lost you for a second there, Joseph. Ivania.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear what I said? I said
No.
I was gonna. I was gonna say. I cast Druidcraft to make a sound of a small animal.
Small animal, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Roll
And-
performance.
Performance. All right. That's a 12.
Oh, I suppose I should get a DC for you. That does it. So Soren, you have identified how many garages there are, but as they started circling around Aya, you do notice they kind of stop and look around at just variably in the distance, but they haven't moved.
Okay.
While they're distracted by the noise, can I fly it
You
and
may-
make
Get
sure
the fuck out of
my
the way.
light is off?
Yep, so the tree you
Okay,
are on,
perfect.
there is a safe branch about 10, 11 feet up, and then one that is about 15, 16 feet up.
So they've all turned away from where Aya was, looking towards.
They are successfully distracted, but they are not moving.
Okay. I basically just erupt out of the ground. And I'm making as much noise as I can, just come up out of the shadows
You Louise.
like that.
You know what? Go ahead and roll intimidation.
All right.
Sweet.
Oh no!
I'm gonna go with it. Didn't work.
5.
Oh no.
We're doomed.
I've made them mad.
Am I in range of? Or like, am I?
At this
close
point,
enough
yeah,
yet?
you are in range. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Wait, I'm not there anymore.
No, you're not. You're not. These three need to, though.
Bye-bye.
Oh, God.
Suckers.
16.
This is why I
16 as
left.
well.
1.
Oh no. Oh, Aya.
So
At least
Soren
you're
and I
out
have
of
to
harm's
rule.
I'm on a
Wait.
branch
Yeah.
out of the way of harm at the moment.
Soren, is your base initiative 16 or is it like
No, I added to it.
Oh,
What was
My
your
base
base?
was. Oh, my no. Yeah, it was. I rolled a 14 and I have a +2.
Oh shit! Now we have to roll off.
Yeah, roll
It's
off.
Dex, right?
Yes.
Whoever has higher Dex.
Well, my dex is 3.
Yeah, as in +3.
Yeah, my dex is +3.
My Dex is
Yeah, 16.
+2. So that goes
And
to
yours is
Ivania.
15.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
okay, so Ivania is first. And then we have Sorn. All right, Ivania, what do you want to do at this point? You've got an idea that there are 4 garages.
Do I have
And
visual contact with any of them? Line of sight
Um,
with any of them?
yes, you can see 2 of them as well.
I take an arrow and shoot it at the closest garage.
Roll to hit.
All right, that deals. Are you kidding me? Crit 1.
And you're
We
frenzied
wasted
again.
all of our rolls earlier looking for flower crowns.
We did that. We did.
Ugh.
Listen, we had 1 roll for flower crowns, and we had like 8 to get me into this situation. I don't think it was the flower crowns. I think it was the thought of flying on an arrow that did it this time.
So, the arrow makes it does reach the garage, but it lands in the ground just underneath one of its feet. And it kind of picks up its foot, like, what is that? And then it realizes what is going on, and that garage is now engaged. Zorn, what do you want to do?
Oh god.
Ivania is absolutely not used to her upgraded bow.
Is there one that looks bigger than the others?
Roll another perception.
Easy. 19.
You see, so the one that Ivania engaged they're kind of in a row, almost like a little row arch around you guys. And Ivania hit the second one. The third one is the larger of the 4.
Okay. I am going to point at that one, and I start kind of like my body kind of expands a little bit, and I get a little taller. I float a little bit off of the ground, and I cast Cause Fear on the big one. All right. Is it a hit? Must make a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, wisdom saving? Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 19.
No.
This garage is unimpressed.
Well, okay.
Are we
gonna,
aware?
I will continue
this now,
pointing at
all of
him,
us?
and I'm gonna cast my my Hexblade's curse on that one. There's no save or anything. That's just for me.
All right, so garage number 3 is hexbladed. And now it is their turn. At this point, they are all aware. The first garage continues to kind of circle around, and doesn't take any actions besides a little bit of movement to get to the other side of you guys. The second garage, being startled by the arrow, takes a lunge at Ivania. And doesn't quite make it to you yet. It's going after you, though.
Oh, damn.
The third one, the leader, Sorn, he's locked eyes with you. He's like, he's unimpressed, but he is ready. He is also going to take a lunge at you, for a bite. That does not hit. At all. So, I'm gonna say you tried to bite your arm and you managed to dislodge it. and he pounced it past you, essentially. He essentially went right through you. As you are
Right.
still kind of in that fear formation, it wasn't really that hard for you to detach a part of yourself.
Right.
And then the fourth one is very cautious and preparing to dodge if attacked. All right, Aya, it is your turn.
The third one is distracted by Sorn at the moment, right? Looking at Sorn?
No, the third one just tried to attack Sorn and is now on the other side of you guys. 'Cause he
Okay,
tried to
so
lunge
they
at
would be
Sorn.
able to see me clearly, whereas Sorn currently blocking view.
Right now you are above Sorn. You are about 9
Okay,
feet up on the
perfect.
arrow.
Can I use my hairpin on the third
Okay.
one? Because the third one's the largest.
Roll to hit.
Yep, let me find the right die. Because it's 1d4, right?
You need to roll to hit. You roll a d20 first.
Yeah, D20 plus your attack bonus.
Attack is which one of these?
Your attack
Dexterity?
your hairpin is +3.
Oh, +3. I got it. 8.
Okay. That does not hit. You managed to make it down to the garage. But it swats at you with its tail, and your hairpin does not connect through the thick fur on this attempt.
Okay, so no damage at all.
Nope.
Okay.
Alright, and we are back at the top with you, Ivania.
All right. I try again to take another shot at the garage I was shooting at. Now, rapidly advancing upon me. Am I right?
That is correct. It is probably within about 20 feet of you now.
So is that melee range or no?
That should be melee, yeah. Because you also have movement. So that's enough for you to move and go into melee range if needed.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you have 30 feet of movement. And melee, I believe, is like 5 feet.
You know, I'll take another shot with my my longbow.
Roll to hit.
We interrupt this program to give you a tired doggo.
Oh.
Oh.
Bye.
This time I do 17 plus 6 is 23. Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and roll damage.
1d8 plus 3, so. Come on. 4.
Man, we suck.
Sad. So
Not doing
sad.
great right now.
Yeah.
So you may not have caused a lot of damage, but your arrow managed to hit one of its upper forelimbs, and
Nice.
so at this point it is limping. Its range of motion is very hindered.
Nice.
Sorn.
My turn.
Yes.
Okay, so there's one that's just kind of sitting around waiting. There's one running
Yeah. So
towards
at
Ivania.
this time, yep. So at this time, you and Aya are kind of in the center. You have the large one behind you because it lunged past you. So then the first garage is trying to circle around in seemingly a flank formation. And the second one is charging towards Ivania. The fourth one is preparing to dodge, and the fourth one really hasn't moved. He's just kind of cautiously watching.
All right. I
I just
guess
see
I'm
the
just
fourth
gonna.
one like.
Oh, this is interesting. I'm gonna point blank Eldritch Blast the third one, the one closest to me that just tried to bite me.
Roll to hit.
So you see, it's like I take an inhale and there's like a kind of a slight point in my breastplate that just light starts emitting and then it shoots out and.
Or you know what? I'm not gonna even say roll hit. Just roll damage.
Oh.
Just roll damage.
Damn.
What is
Just because it looks so cool. No.
all right.
No, but it is or well, okay, roll the hit with advantage actually.
All right.
How far away is this happening from the cart?
From
Can we see any of this?
Is approximately 400 to 500 feet. Moshi and Zenori, roll perception.
I would love to see this.
And my 2 hit is a 24.
Okay, yeah. Okay, roll damage.
Okay, that's an okay roll. Let me.
8.
That's 10 damage. 10 force damage. I
Damn.
rolled max damage.
Perception. That's a 14.
So,
alright.
Moshi, you know something's going on, but you can't quite tell what, and
I have
Zenori's
dark
just
vision.
kind of... Even though you have dark vision, it's still through a thick forest.
Oh, they're doing okay.
Yep, so they're fighting in
Big
the forest,
sounds
so
of
you
combat.
Can I
can't-
hear them though? Like
Yeah, so you hear there being a commotion, but you can't really distinguish what is exactly
okay.
happening. And so you're muttering and trying to relay to Zenori, and nothing is really making sense for you guys. You are aware that there is combat going on because you ran back to the cart, but that's the last you know for sure.
Yeah, they're fighting.
You
some
know
wolves,
around where
whatever.
they're at.
Papa
Sorn. So you point blank Eldritch Blast, or the large one. Maybe a choice. Where do you want to hit with the Eldritch Blast? Where would you have aimed for?
Center mass.
Right
Just
between the
Center mass,
eyes.
just
right in the middle, because he went past me, so he's probably got his back to me at the moment. I'll kind of like
Correct.
angle to the maybe center mass, like
Oh,
right
okay.
in the
Okay, so
the rib cage.
You point blank Eldritch Blast, and his flank, his shoulder, just starts singeing, and the smell of burnt fur and flesh starts taking on. The garage does, kind of let out a yelp in agony, but then quickly tries it seriously hurt him, but at this point his adrenaline's about kicked in and he's furious.
All right.
And it's the Grash's turn. But 1 second.
Meanwhile, Moshi's like listening and seeing flashes of light like in the forest, and he's just eating a sweet bun like, oh sweet, yeah. Oh.
Thought you were going to go get Zenori.
I went to tell him. I thought we were they're having a fight out there with some wolves, so I don't know.
You would have told me by now, yeah?
Yeah. I ran back. I ran back and was like, hey, they're fighting.
Yeah, and from
Yeah.
where they were at when that started to the cart is about 100 feet. So after a couple of rounds, Moshi has more than enough movement to have made it back to the cart in that time.
Okay, I'll take Moshi's word and I'll start gearing up to head out.
Okay, so you are going to try and run up to the combat, right?
Yeah, I'll dash there.
Okay. So the garage's turn. Aya, you are down on about 3 feet from the ground after your attempt, right? Like you're kind of hovering there.
I'm hovering over the ground at the moment, yeah.
Okay, garage number 1 that is coming around to flank is going to try and take a snap at you. That is an 18.
Perfect.
Bye-bye.
That is...
Just kidding.
Thanks.
Well, it was
Lucky.
nice of you to join us, Squirtle.
It only manages 2 points of damage. Yep, so it tried to take a bite at you, but you're so small that you're like one of your arms did get crunched in between its teeth, but for the most part, you yourself were unharmed, and the moment it opened up its mouth again, you dashed out.
Perfect.
Okay, Garage number 2 that is charging for Ivania with hindered movement. Because he's got an arrow stuck in one of his arms. So he's hitting with disadvantage. 2.
Nice.
So he tries to take a lunge at you, not really fully comprehending how incapacitated one of his forelimbs are, one of his main limbs are. So he tries to go for a leap at you and bounding off of his front, but just ends up taking a tumble. He is currently prone. Garage number 3, which Sorn hit with the point blank Eldritch Blast, he's going to try again for you, Sorn. He is now on a vendetta. That is a 9. That does not hit you, does it?
16 is my AC.
Damn.
Okay, so you manage. So he tries. He tries to lunge at you, but still reeling from the blast. He doesn't quite reach you. And Garage number 4 remains in dodge ready. So he's very cautious, that one.
Can I see if I can see anything again?
You may roll another perception, yes.
Yes. Ooh, this one's better. That is a 20.
Nice.
Alright, so you heard a very large canine scream in pain. And so you know they're about 450 feet or so from you, engaged in battle, with what sounds to be large canines. With that being said, Tsunori, you want to try, so you are going to dash?
Mhm.
How much can you move in one round?
30, I think. Let's check.
But dash is double movement,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
60.
So I'll make it 60 feet this round.
Okay.
Y'all are
Alright,
never
so
gonna
you
make
have
it.
390 feet left.
Damn.
Alright, back at the top, Ivania.
All right. This time, since they're close enough, I will pull out my short sword and try to swipe at the wounded Garrosh.
Roll to hit.
Oh, come on. That's 11.
Alright, you went to go pull out your sword to swing it, but you were also still fumbling with your bow and did not quite manage to make contact with the Garrosh.
Damn it.
Alright, is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I don't think I can do anything.
Moshi leans over to Hinaya.
Yeah, that's all I can
Sounds
do.
rough. Sounds rough
Hinaya's
out
like-
there.
Ooh.
And Hinaya's just like, yeah, that's sounds like a couple of Garroshes. It's not a friendly pack.
Can I ask her if she knows anything about them, like a weakness or something?
You may. She responds, Garroshes are very pack oriented. They hunt in packs. They're very close with one another, but, they can also live on their own relatively well. They have a mean bite. and they can also run for long distances, but they aren't very dexterous. You know, if they're put in situations where agility is needed, or where, acrobatics and stuff like that, like rough terrain, they have a hard time handling that and handling obstacles. And she's like, I've dealt with a few in my time. Only travel coordinator.
Good to know. How far can I shout? Can I tell my party?
It'll be helpful if you
Climb
can.
the trees!
Roll a performance check.
Oh man.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Roll for noisiness.
Roll. Yeah. Hold on then. Nat 20!
Nice!
This is what I get a nat 20 on, guys.
All right. So, Zunori and Ivania can hear you. What do you want to tell them?
They are not dexterous. Climb the trees.
Perfect.
Stick a thumb up in the air.
I think I
As I'm
see
dashing.
some movement. I'm not quite sure what happened, but I take that as a sign that my message has been heard.
Ivana hears this a couple seconds later and, prepares to climb the nearest tree.
All right. So, you are preparing to evade, essentially, then.
Wait, can Soren climb trees?
I didn't hear you, so.
yes.
Oh, no. Okay, well, you're a
Yeah.
rock. I mean,
Yeah. You're a rock.
sorry. What
Wait,
if
am
you
I?
confuse them by just turning into a rock? Like, right at that
Is that element discrimination?
I prefer the term
Oh.
man of sediment.
He's a
Wait,
very
so-
complicated individual. He's layered.
Am I allowed to notify the others while it's not my turn?
It was still your turn, and you are able to do a non-action, non-attack. So you do
Okay.
have
I-
the option to relay such information.
I will relay that information.
All right.
All right,
That'll be my
Soren.
last ditch. That'll be my last resort. I am
It
now
is
aware.
your turn, Soren.
All right. I'm just gonna take a stab at the one eye Eldritch Blast with my short sword.
Roll to hit.
Natural 19, which, because my curse is on him, is a crit.
No.
Roll damage.
Where is
Damage
okay?
first.
Hold on.
Get too excited. Get too excited.
Okay. I add my proficiency bonus to damage. I have to do math.
Anxiety, sweating profusely.
10 double. That's 20 damage.
Whoa!
Why? God.
Holy shit!
Natural was 10, but double it.
How do you want to do that? All right.
Jeez.
Yeah. You took him out.
Yes.
That's
I'm
a
gonna-
deep fried garage.
I'm gonna take my short sword and just stab for the same spot I hit with the Eldritch Blast because it's probably weakened a little bit, and just dig it into him.
All right. So, having already essentially incinerated his natural armor, it was not an issue to slide the sword in between his flanks and through his rib cage, and possibly piercing nearly every vital organ in his torso. The garage lets out what it can of a dying scream, and with that actually being a pack leader, and with this being a coordinated, bonded garage pack, the other three attempt to flee. So
I'm gonna
you
let
all,
him. I'm just gonna.
So you all have, or Ivania, And Aya, you have attacks of opportunity on the garages closest to you.
Let's do it.
Savage.
Are you
Oh.
gonna do the one that attacked you?
Yes, that's the closest one to me, so I think that's the only one
Which
that
one
I
is
can.
closest one to me?
The one that was flanking, right? Yeah.
Oh, yep, the one that was flanking and bit you.
Okay.
So, Ivania.
But they're
what do you wanna
attempting to flee now, right?
do? Correct.
Do I roll a hit?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna be using my short sword still, since that's what's in my hand. It's a 10. I'm not getting good rolls today.
All right, the garage, even though it was incapacitated with your arrow, still managed to slink out of your swing and is now bounding off towards garage number 4 that is, like, essentially calling them, like, let's get the out of here. Aya, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna roll to attack as well.
Okay, what, you're attacking with your hairpin?
Yeah.
Okay, roll the hit.
19.
All right. Well, since you got out of its mouth, but you're still relatively in range, you stab your hairpin into its nose, and your hairpin being coated with the knockout poison.
Oh.
That garage falls limp to the ground, unconscious.
Oh,
we're gonna have
Nice.
to execute it.
hey, more food,
Fresh
man.
meat. That was the goal, was it not?
yeah.
The other two
Goodbye now.
garages, the other two garages bound off successfully. And at this point, Zunori, you are huffing and puffing, but you have reached them.
No, I forgot
I'll
about
nod
that.
at Zenori.
Like, pull my sword off. What did I miss?
What I miss? I'm here.
Everything, apparently.
Just a fight, a whole fight.
God damn it.
But you can execute the sleeping garage.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
That's help me out with this, and I'll stab it real quick.
It's not putting up a fight. You take it out as quickly and painlessly as possible.
All right.
Hey, we have food. Yay.
Woo! I'll
Recut
pick up
my
the
blade,
first one
too.
that I killed and kind of motion to Zenori to grab the other one.
I'll before I do grab it though, I'll say, is anybody hurt? Does anybody need to be healed?
I'm
I'm elusive.
actually
I guess.
fine.
I think I'm the most hurt one at the moment.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll cast a cure wounds, I think it's called. Let me just check it again. Yeah, cure
I think
wounds.
you said
Moshi and the garage. I'm down for.
Cure wounds is a 1d8 plus 5 apparently.
You don't even need to roll then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, the +5, she's fully healed. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
So you
Much
managed to
appreciated.
heal. You take her in your in your hands, her little body in your hands, and she's kind of, holding her arm. You see through the translucent a dark blue bruising as you cup her hands and cast cure wounds, and you open your hands and her flowers are more vibrant. The bruise is gone and her energy restored.
There we
Nice.
Woo!
Much appreciated.
Back to the cart, back to Moshi, I guess.
Wait, so what did we get
Let's
out
go,
of
guys.
that?
We got the
What
two
did we get out
corpses,
of
yeah?
that also? 2 corpses, right?
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
garage. Yeah. I'll pick up
Yeah.
the other corpse now and throw it over
So-
Richelle, soldier style.
So essentially two medium gain. Ivania.
We'll head back and I guess toss those in the back of the cart.
As you guys are walking up to the cart with the garage corpses, Hada's just kind of clapping. And she's like, I didn't think you guys had it in you. But then she sees you about to throw the bodies on the cart. And she's like, whoa, 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 no, you are hanging those from the side. I am not going to have that bleed all over my stuff.
I comply, and quickly after, I guess, tying it to the side of the cart, I float up and into the cart and say, it's time for me to rest. It's my turn. And I go rock mode. Just immediately. I'm not talking to anybody.
The
That means
cart,
everyone else is walking.
yeah, the cart buckles under the strain, and even Hada gets off, and she's like, "Oh, wait a
Hada.
second," or not
Not
Hada,
Hada.
not
Hanaya.
Hada,
Hanaya.
Hanaya. Yep, Hanaya gets off the cart.
I hope Hada's
There
not
you
Good
go.
here.
catch.
Zorn's a growing boy.
She checks the cart real quick. She moves one of the peripherals a bit just to check, and it's leaving deep grooves. And she's like, "Well, we're definitely going to have to camp for the night. There's she's like, there's a nice small clearing, on the side of the road. Probably about another hour's walk, with the peripherals." And she's like, maybe that's a good thing because I don't know if this cart's gonna take this train much longer.
Fair point. Maya also mentions that at the new campsite, she's gonna actually process, quote unquote, the corpses properly.
Dress.
All right. With that, we are past due to take a wellness break. 10-minute wellness break. So we will return as you guys are heading to the supposed safe place to camp, and we shall return about 10 minutes.
All right, welcome back. Wow, that so much better. Snacks make a difference in life.
Food is good.
All right, so where we left off, Sorn went just straight turned off on the cart. I just flipped the switch. Rock mode. The cart is struggling and trudging around slowly. What was going to be an hour walk probably now is about an hour and a half walk.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Snacks. To the supposed potential resting area. Hanaya is walking alongside of both of her perifers, and the rest of you are walking somewhere in the general vicinity with with the two garrosh bodies strapped to the side. What
Well,
do you wanna do?
technically, Ivania is like, I don't think the guild will get on me for this because technically this was all self-defense. Right?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
sure.
could.
Yeah,
We definitely
agree
didn't
on a
provoke
sleep.
them.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely not. You had to rescue somebody. You're
Yeah.
a knight in shining armor, obviously.
It's coming right for us.
Moshi, you notice just out of your peripheral senses, you hear what sounds like a little bit of a grinding, and you realize that it's it's a couple of rocks grinding together, and it's Sorn's version of snoring.
What? Oh my god. Just see these rocks like
Adorable.
vibrating. Oh my gosh.
Bruh.
It's odd that
I
that's
like
it.
look
She's-
over.
Flower crown.
Moshi looks over and he kind of like like bumps him.
Richelle, out of curiosity, how long does a pack of rations last? Like if we don't eat it.
The rations that Jondi gave you should be able to keep for about a week. Each ration being enough to eat throughout the day.
I see. I asked because I realized that in my backpack, I already have 10 days of rations, but I'm pretty sure those have gone bad.
Damn, dude.
Oh, how many did you buy from Jondi?
I bought 2 days of rations from John D, but like, as in
Okay,
like
so
outside
the-
of the two, I had 10.
Yeah,
Well, we're
so the
on day
rations that
8.
you had with you, yeah, so you've already used some of them. If you have any left over from when you first came into town, those are more formal rations and last for a couple more weeks.
I see. So, how many days would you say I have in total at this point?
Moshi, you said we're on day 8?
We're on day 8. This is day 8.
Yep. So, and because you also had tactile meat for a while, one
yeah.
ration would last you 2 days then because you supplemented with tactile.
So that's 8, 4.
That's more
4,
math.
but I should have 8
Tonight's
days of
math
rations
night.
left then. Yeah, I have 8 days of rations left.
Good.
That's good. At least we have more food now.
So that battle was for nothing.
Well, it's still for something because everyone the food that we're gonna get from these garages is gonna go for everybody.
This is assuming we can actually eat these things.
I've never prepared any garage meat before,
Yeah,
but
they
we shall
could be
find
like
out.
totally poisonous, and we have no idea. Hey,
I
let
know
me.
this with my background.
hey, Hanaya, can we eat these things?
I should be able to know, right? I have animal handling and all that, so I should be able to.
Hanaya knows these things.
Well, yeah, Hanaya does, but still, Ivania, roll a nature check.
Nature check. This one rolled bad. I need to roll again.
God.
That's 20.
All right, so you do know garages Tend to be edible.
Tend to be edible.
Tend to be edible. They aren't necessarily supreme taste. Yeah, that not really all with the flavor, but
Not a lot of not a lot of fat.
yeah, they're very lean. They're very super lean. So typically, Ivania, you have seen goulash meat used mostly in cured jerkies because you can add flavor.
That
I
is
mean,
true.
that was what I was about to suggest. Anyways, it's 2 medium game, and it's fresh meat. It's gonna spoil pretty quickly.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you guys jerky it, or prepare it to jerky, however you prepare jerky, then the jerky would last, months.
That would be a
depending
good
on how you
idea.
cured it.
Yeah.
Let's see. How do we prepare jerky?
Don't you just dry
Salt.
it
You
out
smoke it.
with
A
all
lot of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smoke
With
it, pepper and
spices.
salt. And
Shit, I don't have salt on me.
You do have
you basically
spices,
just you basically just
Yeah.
heat it on a low heat for a long time.
or you let the sun do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
We could,
Hey,
yeah,
I
we
mean-
could basically have the
Roll
have the
investigation.
campfire. Who do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Night element. Oh, Jesus.
I'm rolling, right?
Yes,
And you said investigation?
correct.
Okay, let me. 16, 20, 21? Yeah, that's the right math there.
All right, so you hear them talking about how to jerky, and you have that scholarly sense of yours, which is weird for a little flower. But you're standing on the side of the cart, and you decide to look into the cart, and you see that some of the goods that Hanaya is transporting is culinary in nature.
Well, I'm gonna let everyone else know that she has some culinary goods, and then I'm
You
gonna
realize
talk
she
to
can hear
Hanai.
them, right? She can
I
hear you guys?
understand this, but then I'm gonna talk to her and see if she's willing to barter some of said culinary goods to make sure that we can turn it into jerky.
She goes, all right, what's your offer?
Well, so Vanya has spices, right? So we just need salt, right?
Do I have spices?
That's what
Did you
Sonari
use
said.
all of the spices the druid gave you on the tactile, or do you still have some left over?
I believe I used all of them.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay.
It was only a handful.
Still
Oh,
jerky
okay.
it without spices, but it's not gonna taste great.
No,
I
it's not.
suppose we can look around because I do have herbalists, so I should be able to find spices
Okay.
around the area.
Do you want to see if you can find spices?
Yeah,
Well, I talked to
would
her.
like to. I would like
Yeah.
to, yeah.
Okay. So let's see if you can find spices. We definitely need the salt because nobody has salt, right?
No, I don't think
Okay.
we would carry salt with us.
Unless you count my personality.
Oh no.
No.
Saltiness. Gotta get that gamer salt.
Okay, see if you can find herbs, like spices, because if you can't, I'll barter for spices
Yeah.
and salt.
I'll do a nature roll. Would that be? Yeah, it's nature checks. So let's do that. 11 plus 4, 15. Does that work?
If you want to roll again with advantage, if Aya wants to assist you with light, with additional light.
Oh,
Oh,
true.
yeah.
I also have.
I'm-
I forget that I also have advantage on natural checks because I have herbalist.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I was like, that sounds.
Yeah.
I think we're missing something. Okay.
Yeah, my
No worries.
bad. My bad.
No worries. All right, Aya, you stay where you're at.
Oh, this time's a 15. 15 plus 4, 19.
All right. So you walk a ways from the cart, probably about 40 feet, not quite fully in the tree line, but you're definitely around the bushes and shrubs. Um, you find a couple of mushrooms that you recognize to be edible, safely edible. They're just common mushrooms that, tend to be around. You also find about a handful's worth of spiced leaves that tend to leave a little bit of a zesty, kind of citrusy flavor in meats.
Okay.
Is that going to be enough for both of them? Probably not, right? No. Okay. So then I want to barter for salt and some additional spices.
All right, so Anais, she's like, okay, well, go ahead and give me half of the big garage's meat and its hide. And she's like, you guys can have the salt that you need. I also have a assortment of spices, some sugars, as well as some sweet tree sap.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, maple bacon jerky. Here we go.
That's a deal.
Deal. I
That
think
sounds
we're
like a
all
good
good with
deal
that
right
one
there.
there.
Yep, and I was like, and I call some of the maple, but I also just want some, with the little bit of zest and pepper into it.
So now
Never
we have
thought I'd
everything we
be
need to
playing
make
D&D and make jerky.
You're only salty about it because it's not sweet buns.
Oh, quick, collect that salt.
Yeah, so Hanaya remarks when you guys set up camp and you get ready to start jerking, and setting the smoker overnight. That's when she'll dig it out.
Ivania wants to take this opportunity and cast Wild Cunning, which is her level 1 spell, and send spirits out to collect wood for a fire and set up a campsite using our supplies.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, and the spirits build a fire in a circle of stones, put up tents, unroll beds, and put out any rations and water for consumption.
Oh,
I'm
you know
reading
what?
this from the thing.
I knew you were worth it, Ivania.
It is now worth it to deal with you for Moshi. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. So at this time, you guys do reach the small clearing that is on the side of the road. Probably about 30 feet from the road is the start of the clearing, and it's just essentially a little nook, just large enough for 3 to 5 tents, and then the parryfers and the cart right beside it.
have we stopped?
You have stopped.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I wake up.
Really? Hanaya just Hanaya just takes her satchel and freaking throws it down, and she's like, "Are you serious?" She's like, my poor parryfers are sweating because you got on the cart just on a moment," and she's chewing you the fuck out. Like,
Well, now they get a chance to rest. I was walking.
Walking.
yeah, Hanaya's
tired.
she's
I'll climb down. We got 3 tents from the. Oh no, we got. Was it 2? Did we get 2 or 3 from the barracks?
I remember now. Was it 2 or was it 3? I definitely know it was 2.
It was 2, but that is not counting any tents that you already had in your possession prior.
So do we want to have Ivania's thing set up like 3?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I can
yeah.
sleep on the Perry fur. They have nice braided hair and flowers and stuff now.
I think
And the
we could
fur
do
keeps
3.
you warm at night, so you're like totally
Exactly.
fine.
I'm small enough. I don't need a tent. I have a Perry fur.
That's
Tanaya
awesome.
can sleep in the cart. We'll just set up 3. I think that's
Yeah,
like
we'll
a good
set up
number.
Well,
three.
Hanaya's got her own tent set up, so
Oh.
she's and she actually set it up
Hanaya
on the
is
cart.
ready. She's actually the only one prepared for this journey.
Yeah. And Hanaya's tent actually encompasses the cart, so she actually sleeps in the cart.
Oh, sweet.
Under
Oh.
her tent. Yep.
With the dead garage.
I see why now she
over
did
the
not want
side
the
and you-
corpse.
Yes. Yes.
I also thought Vanya was going to be dressing them now that we've arrived.
Yeah, Vanya, come on.
So
Yeah,
we've got
I'm
like
doing
a,
it.
We have like a little clearing, like a circle-shaped clearing, yeah, in
Yes.
the forest on the side of the road. All right.
How
me-
far from the road are we?
30
About
feet?
30 feet.
Yeah, the clearing starts about
Oh, okay.
30, 40 feet, and then it's about another 30, 40 feet round. Or, well, maybe 50. About 50.
So what, like a fire in the center? We can jerkify our.
Slow down. I still need to skin these guys.
Hurry up! Get your little fairies to do it or whatever.
Yeah.
I think they've done enough.
What? No, they gotta earn their keep too. Jeez.
Can I help Vanya?
I will. I mean, I guess we can all help while the fairies or whatever they are set up the tent and they get the fire going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm using my dagger and I'm cutting slowly along in between the skin and the flesh so I can get the clean cut of the fur out. And once I'm done with one of the bigger one, I cut half of it off so that we can honor our deal with Hanaya and give.
All right. I mean, I guess y'all can do that, and me and Zenori can just keep watch.
While he handles the meat, I'll handle the hide. And prep the hide.
Yeah, and we can also cut. We can. Some of us can cut the meat into strips to prepare for jerkify, and someone else can go actually jerkify the meat.
I'm so glad I coined this term. Moshi, do you want to be the jerkifier?
Oh gosh. Is there an actual word for this? Like, I'm actually
idea.
now. I'm like, is there an actual word?
Just dry out.
Alright, and I have a map.
Do not look up jerkify. Just saying.
Yeah,
You
don't.
might-
Yeah.
like it.
Wow. I will not. Alright, hold on. I gotta figure out what I'm doing here. How do I
Quechua.
keep talking to each other? I am going to update the stream here.
The
in a
word
second.
jerky derives from the Quechua word, which means dried salted meat.
Wow.
That's
Moshi. with
Peru,
the
by the
facts.
way.
The more you know.
Is
Wait,
there
where's-
something you want to
What's
do
a
with
Peru?
our hide? Specifically?
God. I thought you were serious at first, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Are
Just
we?
pretended you were saying that in character.
Everyone looks at Moshi. Moshi's like,
Moshi's got some forbidden knowledge.
I'm right.
What is this place called Peru?
Darkest
Uh,
Peru.
Do we have a deal where Hanaya also gets like half of the big alpha's meat, or oh?
Yeah, the big one. She gets half.
gets half the meat and the skin.
fur. Yeah.
Does
The
she
hide.
want them? Does she want them jerkified, or does she
Jeez
just want the
Louise.
meat?
I believe she wants them jerkified. Because
Fair,
she asked
okay.
specifically for the sweet like maple jerky. So
Nice.
that implied to me that she does want it handled.
All right,
At the very
understood.
I mean, I guess we could always ask. She's right there.
Okay,
True.
I lied. I think it's another Windows 11 quirk. I cannot get the screen share to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if you are in the Discord, I am going to post a JPEG in the live campaign chat for everyone to see the campsite. as soon as I figure out what I'm doing with my life here in a second. Oh, okay, there we go. I found it. I have no, it wasn't even seeing the application with the image in it, so. Got some work to do, Microsoft. Just saying.
I mean, is there something specific we want to do with our hide, or are we just gonna prep it for use or sale later?
Is there anyone that is in need of some kind of armor or dressing? I can make that. If not, we can just roll them up and save them for a rainy day.
I still needed some boots and gloves.
Believe I can make that. Let's see. I should be able to. I feel like I should. Actually, what skill defines creating armor?
That would be crafting.
I
Wait,
do
I'm
not
sorry,
have
sorry.
crafting. Rip.
Crafting, blacksmithing, materials work.
You can need tools and proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Yeah. And that is tools and proficiencies that you typically only see with Sporland crafters.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to help.
But if we have the hide and he needs boots and gloves, I would know where we could possibly go to either get the knowledge or the people, right? Because of my background.
So knowing specifics, like you can't draw a name out of a hat and be like, oh, we need to go talk
Well,
to
no, but I would know maybe
Auslan.
like the nearest
You would be able to
town
easily,
that would have one.
Yeah, you would easily be able to recognize sources of information.
Yeah, so I would know that a town would contain the location, right? So if I said we went to X town, I would know that that town would know where a crafter would be.
Yep, or if you see someone walking
Okay.
by, you know that they might know.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because you were not present for the events of the day following. You were just there for the hangovers.
I was, yes. Yep. I met
Sorry,
everyone
give me a second, I'm still
hungover, kind of.
I don't think there's an actual verb to make jerky. I think it's just making jerky.
Obviously, it's jerkifying.
No. Actually, since Hanaya traveled with a Sworlan crafter, is the travel master of a Sworlan crafter, mayhaps she may know a few tricks about it?
And what is the question?
On either creating or having boots and gloves for Sorn.
It's just called jerky. You jerky meat.
Really? That's it?
Yes.
You know,
Doesn't-
honestly,
doesn't
I think I
jerky,
prefer
you jerky
jerkify.
meat. I think I prefer jerkified too.
Alright.
It's both the noun and the verb.
Yeah, what? Wait, where'd you find that? I've been looking at all these articles and I haven't found it.
Merriam-Webster.
Oh, seriously?
Yes.
Here I am looking up like the history of jerky. I'm like, the indigenous people of the Andes Mountains. Oh yeah, okay. Can we
Yeah,
skip
it
to
says
the
verb.
Thanks a lot, internet.
It says verb, the act of making jerky, and then it says jerky feet as the example.
Oh, dude.
Well, you don't jerky because the jerky isn't made until you jerky.
Because the jerky's already
Yeah,
jerky.
so it's both the noun. So like, it's the noun once you've done it, and it's
Yeah.
the verb before you've done it. So both
As
of
you're
them are
doing it.
jerky.
So you jerky meat and it becomes jerky.
Yes. You jerky meat
That
to make
sounds
jerky.
so weird.
These tangents are
That
great.
sounds so weird.
Take a shot for every time you hear the word jerky.
Somebody would be
Yeah,
dead
I'm-
right now.
Hammered.
For the count.
No, my D20.
So hopefully at this point we have already completed preparations to jerkify the meat, and I guess
And
we
have
will have.
success. You guys have also successfully narrowed down jerkifying terminology in
There
the
we go.
process.
I mean, we have to amuse ourselves while we jerky meat.
In all seriousness, this is actually a really interesting article about making jerky.
One of my friends in real life makes jerky.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it a couple of times. It's good fun. I've got a food dryer. Yeah, I dry fruits and
Oh, nice.
meats. It's good.
See, I'm
Oh,
determined
yeah.
to dehydrate fruit to put in shoes. That sounds super weird, but it's not as weird as it sounds.
What?
No, that's
Stop.
exactly as weird as it sounds. What?
Yeah. My mom
So
bought
if
an
you
air
dry
fryer that
fruits
dries
and
fruit.
flowers and stuff, you can put it in resin.
Oh, that's neat.
And so I have a pair of broken heels that one of the heels came off, so I'm going to take the heel off the other one
Oh, cool.
and turn it into a pair of resin wedges, and I want to put fruit in them because I'm weird. See,
That
it's not
sounds
as
cool.
weird as it sounded. Because people do it with flowers all the time, so why not with slices of dried fruit?
I've seen high heels that are like T-Rexes. Like,
Yes.
I
see?
absolutely
See?
like. I was like, these are the shoes we need. We don't need any of these like stiletto things. We need like fun things. Well, I'm not even gonna wear them anyway because I don't wear heels.
All right,
They
so
look cool,
we're getting the meat cut, right, and we're putting it on the like rack above the fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me and Sonori are keeping watch.
The hide is prepared.
Actually, I'm going to not leave the campsite, but pretty much go to the edge of it, and I'm gonna have a prayer to Anerziel.
I can keep watch while you're gone.
Yeah, I
'Cause
won't be long.
I can't really help with the meat, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. And
All
I'll
right,
pretty
Most
much-
of it's done at this point. So
Oh.
yeah, we're good.
Sorry.
All right, let's follow you, Zunori, for a bit. How long are you going to be praying?
Oh, I'll say a half an hour. I'll pretty much just ask for protection and protection and guidance, and that's pretty much in the midst of like a meditation style prayer. I'll pretty much be focusing my energy towards my God and seeking guidance and protection. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. Yeah.
You should also pray for
half an hour.
patience.
I always pray for patience with you guys. As soon as I wake up in the morning.
This is all because I
Give me
didn't give you a
strength.
flower crown. I know the truth.
All right,
Yeah.
so Zunori, I'm just going to cover you real quick while they're in the middle of jerkifying. You walk a bit from the camp to where you still hear them, you still kind of see them between the trees, but for the most part they're obscured enough that you can concentrate. And you bend down for your ritual, however people pray.
Kneel down.
Kneel down and you close your eyes and meditate, and your hands are on your knees, you're taking in
Centered.
your surroundings and yes, centering yourself. Upon asking upon sending your request up to, up through the aether, keeping your eyes closed, you successfully reached your center point. You successfully reached that supreme state of mindfulness, and you get a response. The response is very disembodied and distant. So you don't make out actual words, but you get the clear sense that, and you recognize it as, this is the essence of Anerziel. You recognize it as, stay cautious. You are doing the right thing. Like, what you're doing right now is extremely meaningful. And to stay on course, and he will do his best to protect you and your loved ones while you're away.
No.
And before he shuts off, you do get a tinge of fear coming from him, and just like a breeze, it's gone again.
I'll take it all instead and stand and bow to the sky and thank Ner'zhul. Thank you, my lord. I shall take my leave now, and I'll walk back to the camp.
The Ner'zhul be praised. Sorry. Sorry.
Praise be.
Yes. Alright, what is going on back at the camp?
I suppose it's been 30
on
minutes.
the fire. Yeah.
Yeah, 30 minutes should be around enough for everything to be done.
Alright, and Hanaya is sitting around with you guys too, and not really helping you guys cook, but she's enjoying her own meal that she has prepared. You see her rations are mostly containing of fish and crustacean and other aquatic vegetables, mostly aquatic vegetables and some rice.
Good eating.
Oh, I should mention that our rations have also been prepared for us. So if you guys want to dig in.
I pick up a piece of meat and I bonk it against my face. Just a little bit. I'll take a seat at one of the logs around the fire.
I'll kind of, as I'm walking up to camp, I see someone doing this, and I kind of grab him by the hand, and I motion to him, and I say, "See how I have this here? This is called a mouth. See how there's like an opening? Can you make an opening in your face?"
I try as hard as I can to like open up a spot in between.
Okay, if
That's
you
terrifying.
pause your camera really quick, Soren. Go ahead. Do you see an orifice? You are unable to manipulate your rock's structures. You can manipulate the position of the rocks. You can manipulate the position of your parts, but you cannot separate them or tear them in half, essentially.
That's why I needed the crafter to fuse my chest.
That's why you needed the crafter.
I just look down defeated. I'll put the meat back above the fire.
All right. And speaking of, I think I totally glazed over that part of the conversation. What were you guys wondering about crafting and armor making? Like, what was the question? What was the consensus?
I guess we wanted to make a pair of boots and gloves for Sorn, but none of us have the skill to make it. So we were gonna go. I think the consensus was that we were gonna use Aya's history or background to find
a location where they
crafting.
can be crafted at some point. Whether I find out from somebody on the road that we pass, or when we hit a town that we go into to locate a crafter.
Chinagawa. I was gonna look when we get to Chinagawa. Maybe look for a leather worker or something.
Okay.
I mean, I should be able to get that information for you.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
She'll flit around and start whispering in people's ears. Tell me where the leather's at. Oh.
Where is she?
Just this tiny little flower.
So should we like sleep in shifts, watching the meet and like looking out for shady people? Get some people some rest.
Yeah, I had that nap earlier, so I'll take first watch.
And I just
I'm going to make
rested.
sure that my glow is turned off as well. That way we're not as easily detected if something decides to try and attack us.
Nights are long. We could do two people at a time. Keep and watch.
That, and if you guys are cooking meat overnight, your campfire is going to be going the whole time.
Yeah, it's gonna attract
No, that's true.
things.
Yeah, so maybe 2 people at a time. Me and Zenori can take the first shift.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Can we tell if there's anything close by while we're here before we take shifts? Like that way we can check if we need to handle anything before people go to sleep.
Well, it's just like I think we're in a good spot right now. It's just in case something changes, you know.
Well, I mean, you guys haven't scouted the area.
Yeah, we didn't
Zenori
scout the
stepped
area.
out, but
Whoa.
Zenori stepped out, but he didn't look at the surroundings.
Hanaya said that this was the place to stay, so
It was a potentially safe place to rest. She recognized the clearing, but she didn't specify, or
she didn't
can't
say
tell.
that it was guaranteed
Yeah.
safe.
Okay.
And we
could
didn't scout.
We could just be reactionary. I don't think we have to be too proactive.
I mean,
I can fly and check, like do a cursory glance beforehand, right? And that's like well within my abilities since I can fly. Like if I'm still glowing.
Anyone can walk around the camp and try to see if they see anything. So if you want to do that, roll perception.
I will help.
I will help
with
as well.
advantage.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll
okay.
cut.
Perception
So
with advantage.
just Aya's rolling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'll cast guidance on Aya as well.
What's that do?
It's a +4, like a D4. Sorry, D4 to the roll.
Okay.
So with my modifiers and stuff, I'm at 16.
And you
Roll
rolled
D4.
twice.
4?
Yeah. So
that was
roll. Okay, so that was the better of the two rolls.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now roll 1d4.
3.
Okay,
So
so
19.
that was a total of 19.
19.
Where did you... Are you just looking in the general circle? Like, where are you scouting?
I'm just doing like the general perimeter of the camp to make sure nothing's super duper close. Because like we have line of sight for 90% of the clearing. There's tents, whatnot. But after that is forest and whatnot. So if there's any animals close by that might be attracted by the sight of the fire or the smell of the meat, I'm just trying to make sure nothing's so close that it's going to present like a huge threat if some of us go to sleep.
Okay, so immediately, I mean, you guys have already been there for a few hours. You do not see anything worrisome. There's no real signs of animals, coming near you guys or scoping you guys out. There is a few birds in the area. But on your side of the road, on the clearing side of the road, there is nothing that you can tell of concern.
Okay, perfect. Then I am going to sleep.
And so is Evanya. It's been a long evening.
Good. So
Soren and Zenari.
So before first watch, let's go ahead and take another 10-minute wellness break. Because I think we're unscheduled now.
Yeah.
But yes, 10-minute wellness break. We will be right back. As soon as I open back up there we go.
5. All right, we are back. All right, and you guys are all getting ready for the night then, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Aya, you're sleeping on one of the Perryfers. Right?
I am.
That's awesome.
Oh,
They're
my
adorable.
goodness.
They're my friends now.
Oh.
I'm
I
just
would die
gonna
for them, I'm pretty
keep
sure.
sitting by the fire, waiting for everyone to pass out.
All right. Avanya, are you turning in right away?
Yeah, I am.
And Mushi, maybe you would too.
Yeah, I think Moshi's done. I don't know. Like, whose tent is whose? Like, can I just go in a tent?
Pick one.
So
Okay.
I don't think it matters.
Sleepy
yeah. So
cat.
let's see. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see what we got here. I just posted the map too, like a dip dome. Hold on.
Yeah, I see it. It's
Yeah.
Live chat.
Okay. So yeah. So the cart is where Hanaya is sleeping. She's sleeping in the cart. And then you have three tents of average
Oh.
size.
okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just go in one of them. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah. So that'll be your one for the full night. Ivania gets one for the full night. And Zenari and Sorn can fight over the last one.
I mean, they're both on
mean-
shift right now, anyways.
Yeah,
Right?
we're up
Yeah.
anyway.
We can just trade out. Like, someone can
Yeah.
have my tent when I'm, like, when it's my turn.
Yeah, that makes
Exactly.
sense. We can switch
Yeah.
out when it's time to switch shifts.
Yeah, and whoever I'm on shift with, it still gives you 3 people for tents, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Perfect.
Yeah,
That worked out well.
Hmm.
All right, so everyone's going to bed.
Wait,
Yeah.
Hanaya doesn't. Does Hanaya have chocolate? Is chocolate a thing in your universe?
Do you want to ask her if she has sweet treats?
Hanaya, do you have sweet treats? Do you have chocolate? And
So
before Moshi goes to bed, this is the important question.
I picture you standing on the ground, kind of leaning up into the cart and peeking in, and Tanaya's just like, elbows up, looking at you, and she's like, "Do you prefer fruits or otherwise?" She's like, she kind of looks out. She's like, "This shit's expensive, but," and she reaches back and she gives you a piece of chocolate and hands it to you. This one's got a nice, delicate, smooth, minty flavor. Biting down on it is actually really hard, but
Oh,
keeping it in your mouth and it'll slowly melt in your mouth.
do you have any like cracker wafer things?
And she's like, "I should charge you." And she reaches back. She actually does have some crackers, they're rice crackers, little rice cakes that were kind of hardened down, left over from her ration, and she gives it to you.
Okay, fine. I'll take that. Okay, thanks. Can
She's like,
can I pick up a stick somewhere?
Hey,
Can I-
some more.
You're making us more. But like, is there any sticks around I can grab?
roll investigation.
Oh,
You're gonna
man.
work for your s'more. Are there any sticks around? You're in a forest.
High,
Forest.
high fantasy small.
Wait, that's
Is the sweet bun gonna be the marshmallow?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's an 18.
So
Oh,
before
God.
Moshi slinks into his tent for the night, he has a stick and he sticks the sweet bun on it and turns it delicately
over the fire until the sweet bun has this nice crispy. It's almost a little bit melty, and Moshi takes the rice cake and the chocolate and pulls out the stick.
Zenori's across the fire, perplexed. Like,
I'm sitting next to Zenori. That man is innovative.
Does Vanya notice this?
I'm sure there's gonna be a word for this sometime in the future.
I just take Mochi takes a bite and pulls it away, and there's just this long.
Anaya's peeking out from her tent. She's like, oh. And she just kind of slings back in.
I'm sitting there flipping the meat over and just like constantly thinking, I wish I could eat. I wish I could eat. I wish I could eat.
Moshi was about to offer some to Soren, but realized he can't eat. Moshi was this close. He was like, oh, maybe Soren would. Oh, I can't eat.
It's okay. Soren has a flower crown. He's living the high life out
True.
here. Okay.
I'm just making a note. Moshi invented s'mores before
Tasty.
s'mores were a thing.
Speaking
bun
of,
s'mores.
somebody wants to say hi.
Oh, Kitty!
It's come time. He
Kitty.
poked me in the side again. This time he didn't scare me as much because I was ready for it.
Oh no!
I love how he just like hugs you back.
I know, that's adorable.
That's a
My
good
cat
cat.
hates me.
Aw.
That's cute.
I'm gonna get a new cat soon. My mum works for a rescue. It's gonna be great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm.
My sister's thinking of
Cat.
adopting a cat.
Josh will kill me.
Yeah, if you get another cat, I will be concerned. I'm like, you're allowed to have cats and you're allowed to be crazy, but you are not allowed to be the crazy cat lady.
You might be too late for that. I have 6.
I know.
I have 6
6 cats?
and
Dang.
2 dogs.
That's
But he won't
amazing.
let me get a goat.
Wait, 2 dogs? That's awesome.
Yeah.
You want a goat?
I tried. Listen, I was trying to convince him that we could get a goat because they eat grass, so they would handle the yard for us.
Oh
He said.
my god, I was the same way. We were talking about like I live in like the suburbs and we have a huge yard and we were talking about like mowing the grass and I was like, man, when I get a place, I'm just gonna have goats. I'm just gonna
Nice.
unleash them.
One of the towns around me, they bought goats and they just moved the goats around every day.
That's
Instead
amazing.
of hiring a landscaping company.
That's gonna be me too.
Oh my goodness. Oh, so as much as I love
Oh, man.
each and every one of
Okay.
you guys, back to the
Moving
campfire.
on. Yes, sorry.
So Moshi is enjoying a really weird snack. Very peculiar.
Does Vanya notice this before or like?
You already turned in.
I know. I'm hoping that I smell it.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
she turned in,
roll
but
an
did she
active
go to sleep?
perception. Roll an
Active
active perception.
This would be better.
19.
Ooh.
All right, so you weren't quite asleep yet, and you smell the familiar scent of a sweet bun cooking.
Is it the recipe?
And Vanya pokes her. And Vanya pokes her head out of the tent. Clearly, something is going on. Because is John D here?
Johnny?
And
Just
she
in the middle of the forest, John D, I knew you wouldn't leave us.
Yes, Johnny's here.
John D's moving tavern and her sweet buns.
That's a cool idea, actually. John D's food truck. Just-
Oh, that would be the first food truck.
oh man.
We're gonna get to the next town and we're gonna be walking through the streets and see John D's food truck just pulled over on the side of the road.
It's like some video games I play, like whatever town you're in, there's like the merchant that like
Yeah.
happens to be there too.
My
Like the
cat
Fancy
traveling
seeing you
merchant.
here.
Yeah, oh wow, you're here too. Anyway, Moshi thinks that the crackers would be a lot better if they had like cinnamon in them or something. So maybe we'll
Some
figure
sweet
that out
kind of
next time.
spice.
Yeah, because they're a little dry, you know. I need some like yeah. So
Oh,
we'll work on that.
Can
Moshi
Can
needs
I
to add
can I
caramel on
understand
honey.
can I see if Vanya understands what Moshi is looking for and try to find it?
What?
Cinnamon. You want
Oh.
cinnamon, right?
Oh well, some more is gone, man.
Yes.
Damn,
Ship
okay.
has sailed.
For future version.
We'll
But,
improve
like-
the recipe, don't worry.
But yeah, Moshi's like he ate it and he's like, this is good, but it could be better, you know. So like
I know. No,
Moshi needs to add honey and
go
caramel.
sleep. I'm not staying up too late
like,
for you.
For real.
And Vanya's like, next time I'm getting a bite of that. And she pulls her head back in.
You just see the whole
Next
party
time.
like holding like sweet buns over the fire. That should be the group shot, Richelle. It should be the group shot.
I'm not sure I could hold a sweet bun over the fire. I'm going to be honest.
No,
I'm pretty
maybe
sure the
you
sweet bun is almost as large as I am.
maybe you like tie it and then you're like above the fire and you're just like holding it. Like, or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
No, just stick the stick in the ground and she'll pull it back when it's
Oh yeah, there we go.
Like a fishing line. Got it. For my sweet bun.
Or Soren, you'll just sit in Soren's hand and he'll like hold you out.
All right, sleeper's going to sleep.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Sleeper's gonna sleep.
Cameras.
Oh yeah. Her. Good one.
And then it's just you and Zunori. Yep, Hanaya
Alright.
has also turned in, so
All right, so we're just kind of sitting side by side by the fire, just kind of keeping an eye out.
Mm.
All right, I'll keep flipping the meat, make sure it's getting cooked right, even though I'm never gonna get to taste the fruits of my labor. But Soren's pretty like very attentively like taking care of smoking the meat.
Mm.
And I'll like look over and so how long were you a town guard before we came around?
Oh gosh, I think I'm pushing on 10 cycles at this point. Hmm.
So this is new territory for you, I'm assuming. Sounds like you haven't left much.
Oh, I have my excursions, but haven't traveled long distance for quite some time, yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What are you aside from fixing the issue that we have at current in town, is there anything you like plan on getting out of this? You seemed really eager to head out.
I have a family, so something of this urgency needs to be dealt with. I don't want to go home one day and not have a family.
I'd say I understand, but I really have no way to.
You know how you feel about Moshi?
He's a cool guy.
Times that by about 1,000. And imagine losing them.
I can't even imagine that.
Hmm.
roll insight, Soren.
15.
Okay, Zunori is not guarding his emotions in this moment. So you see, even though you yourself by yourself cannot imagine the emotional tribulation. Through Zunori, you get a hell of a good glimpse.
I can kind of feel it.
Yeah, you can feel it. So
Have
you get a good idea.
Okay. Have you lost family before?
How to say this? It's not that I've lost family before. It's like I never had one until I found my wife. So I don't want to lose that. She's been there in times where she shouldn't have been, and times when I've been weak. And she's still around. And sometimes it even surprises me. Sometimes I think I don't deserve it, but she stays true and stays with me.
I don't know why.
And then
you
I
wouldn't
have my
deserve
children.
It. I don't know why you wouldn't deserve it. You seem like a great guy.
Oh, let's just say I have a past too, so you want to remember
What do you
yours.
mean too?
You have a past that you want to remember. I have a past I wish to forget.
I actually don't know if I do. I
Mm.
don't know if I have a past. I'd like to find out. But I have no way of knowing if I do.
Mm. That's
Cameron,
fair
which...
enough.
Sorry.
I noticed.
That's fine. We know you're awake. I mean, if you want to try to restart it. Cool.
Yeah, no,
I didn't mean to interrupt. I just noticed that.
It's all good. I'll continue as is for now.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to push you in any direction, Saul. But one thing I have learned in this life is you got to know where you come from to know where you're going. So even though you might not want to be the person that you were, or in that sense, you might as well know, so you know where to go from there.
Do you think that there was a me before how I am now?
You seem to put together. I don't mean to sound like I'm making a pun, but you seem too well put together for that to just be a construct.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, I get the same feeling. I don't have a whole lot of faith in it, but I can sense that I like I'm not like a child, you know, like I know how to speak, I know how to do things, and how to handle myself for the most part, but I
What's more
I just don't have
striking?
the memories.
What's more striking is that nobody's taught you how to be this way. It's like instinct. It's like it's innate. I can tell you right now, I've seen your kind before, and I've interacted with your kind before, but they are merely puppets.
They don't have free will like I do.
Not like you. No, they are able to act of their own accord, but not really a choice.
So, if I were to come across one of these wizards that accompany my kind normally, would I then lose my sense of self too?
Like I said, my friend, you seem too well to put together for that to be a problem. I think you will perplex more wizards than you will what am I trying to say? They'll be more perplexed in you than they would want to take control of you, I think. Good ones, anyway. Gotta watch out for those shifty ones. I've learned a lot about shifty people lately.
I don't know if them being perplexed by me would necessarily be a good thing. I mean, judging by what I've read in this, I'll pull out the journal. Um, these powerful types don't like things that they don't understand.
Will you let me take it from you to
Yeah,
like
sure.
flick through it?
Yeah, and I'll
I'll
hand it to him.
I'll flick through it. Where did you get this?
Um, Ziegza sold it to me when I was looking for books.
Richelle, if I could get like a brief on like what it says about my grandfather, just a quick notation on
Yep, so you skim through the first parts of it. For the portion you do recognize both your mother's name and your grandfather's name. So your grandfather being Jognir, excuse me, has been let's see here. I'm just going to read that whole paragraph for you. Classes may be chaotic, but they have been very enriching. Telny is beginning to open up and seems to be a bit of a prankster, much like their brother Lanasi. Jognirn has been the least amused. I suppose, though, it is entirely understandable. His academic journey has taken him away from his new babe, Elanet, whom he must watch growing up through the bitter letters of his resentful wife. And Jognirn has essentially been helpful and almost a friend to the writer, which is Nillian.
Jogni is my grandfather.
Correct. And this takes place when your mom was born.
Speaks of my grandfather. What are the chances?
It's a strange coincidence.
You also recognize a couple other names, Sunori. Actually, let me just pull out the full list. You recognize Hemor by passing. Hemor is still very high up in the Hall of Memory. General Jundaris, you also recognize, as now he pretty much trains up generals. He's not an active general himself these days. You flip through, Jognir mentions about trying to get on the Mages Council. You also recognize Prime Minister Jonosetios. He is still around. He is still the Prime Minister. Old Master Aranos, you recognize, and he is a very highly revered in the mage community, but you do not have any personal interaction with him. You also recognize one of the student names, Kazuth, as the mage that blew through town before the sickness started. Or when the sickness started, when the first death happened.
I know. I'll flick back and forth through the pages and I'll say, do you know whose journal this is?
I have no idea. There was a note from Drazash, the wizard that came through with the with his little stall, and it was a note to Ziegza about the dangers of everything that's inside. And
Would
he
you just
told
like me to
where
read
he
that?
found it. Yeah, read the passage, and then I'll explain to him where Drazash said he found it, which is on this road that we're heading north on, right? Towards
Correct.
Nagawa.
Yep, it is a ways past Chinogawa. It's about 5 times the distance of Chinogawa. But, alright, so before you get to the note, The first page, which is the Journal Master's information. This token tome was created and scribed by Nilian, son of Kodra Ralveria, which you recognize as a very affluent, very powerful family, and Sodro Dostal. Dostal is also a very powerful family. High citizens of Tirnalfheim in the court of Sevilla. Turgo has called to me, and I have honored his call. May memory honor and enrich all that we know. Signed, Nilian Ralaveria Dostal. The note left by Jerzash, Zigza's lover. Humble Zigza, I strongly hope you remain blissfully ignorant of the dangers this book holds, as that may not be enough to absolve you if this is found in your possession. But I trust your sturdy judgment. Perhaps you feel the same forces surrounding this as I do. Whatever the reason here is the information you requested. This book was found on the road that forks Dininhi and the deep forest within, the Eventide Forest. There was a small clearing by a hill with a very long-lived tree watching over the area. A bed of soft moss blanketed and covered its massive roots, making for the ideal resting spot on long travels. There, ink spots were found near the book, but no quill, nor ink, nor blood, nor any struggle sign. It appeared as if it was patiently waiting. As a proper mage, I should have immediately turned this tome into the Hall of Memory for research and record keeping, but also as a proper mage, there are forces in the Aether I respect and fear far more than any military backlash. I was compelled when visiting you to pass it on to you after your request of verification. Where it goes from you, I hope, is as silent and swift as a gentle breeze. Your possession of this brings me anxiety every day. Regardless, in the library at Chanogawa, there was a ledger copy from Lathalas covering the 1st century where it verified many of the named individuals proper. The 2 individuals in question were marked in as students and out as deserters. Not uncommon for the first years of the treaty. Please inform me as soon as this moves closer to its destination and away from you. Honorably yours, Jerzash.
This is a serious tome, Saw. Serious tome. This isn't speaking in terms of towns or smaller folk. This is up the chain somewhere.
Should I not hold on to it? Zigza seemed really interested that she'd be giving it to me.
I'm gonna look like very serious and straight into Sword's eyes and be like, you have been given something beyond you. We must protect this. I need to do some research. I need to talk to my grandfather without giving too much away. Keep this close. Keep this upon yourself. Do not let this into anybody else's hands. Do you understand me?
I understand. And I will take it. Oh well, I'll let him hold on to it. And your grandfather's still around. I'm pretty sure this journal's centuries old.
Well, there's stranger things that happen in these realms.
Because I know I'm not necessarily frail, but your kind doesn't seem like it would, be around, stick around for that long.
Is that true, Richelle? Do we have an extended life?
That is correct in some cases. Longevity is slowly becoming more and more clear. Commoners and just average everyday folk are, passing of old age, but it would appear a lot of higher ups and a lot of powerful individuals are not aging.
So would that be a product of your family's standing, I assume?
It seems to be. It seems to be. Though I do not know personally what it is, I kind of left before those things were, let's say, introduced to me. I do not like that life. There's too much. There's not good people in it. There's not good people in it. There's a lot of backstabbing, a lot of going behind people's backs. And I needed to get away from it. I wasn't interested in such a life, so I sought out an enriching life. That's why I'm here now.
Do you think you might be dragged into that again if this information, if we do anything with this information, if it kind of reaches the surface?
That's the problem with military service. I could be dragged into it whether I like it or not, at any time. But what you hold could blow this wide open. This could be evidence. It just seems, even when it says it in the pages that it's too convenient. Its appearance is too convenient.
The passage did say it was like it wanted to be found, like it was left there for somebody to find it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I think it was found necessarily. There are forces at play here that we cannot even comprehend. The gods are limitless in their understanding compared to us.
And as you say that, Zunori, it dawns on you. Jundaris is considered a god. And here he is a man.
Wait a minute. Can godhood be bestowed? This makes no sense.
What is a god?
Oh, God.
I hear you talk about it a lot, and I've heard, others mention it, but...
Think of it like this, Sorn. We are but shadows compared to gods. We are the projection of them.
Well, I am shadows, so...
Wow. You are more akin than I.
Roll a history check really quick, Sworn.
Yes, you. History. Wow, you're only 2 weeks old. What could have happened in 2 weeks?
19. Huh? 19.
Nice! While Zunori is explaining gods, you remember seeing the beautiful woman hosting the memory ceremony. You know, around the time when you were super, super young, but you were, at that point, weren't even talking yet.
Would the dreams that I have come to mind when I think of this kind of stuff?
Roll a religion check.
Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? 17.
They do, as well as the voice that whispers in the shadows to you.
I will quickly cast Detect Magic and look around for those crows. See if they're following me.
Roll an investigation.
Please. Wait. It's not terrible. 13.
Okay, you don't specifically see the crows, but their essence, you notice, kind of very faintly permeating through the trees and through the grass. Very soft, very subtle,
But you recognize the essence as the crow's essence. You don't see anything blaringly like you got a god standing over you, but you just notice the familiar essence.
Okay. Allow me to confide in you, Zenori.
Hmm.
I say that the first thing I remember is waking up by the that fisherman that was killed. But really, the first thing I remember was this woman's voice, kind of a feel like a feminine feeling of protection, and the words "make me proud." I don't remember much other than that, but I do experience that feeling again from time to time. And sometimes in my dreams, I'll catch a word or two. Um, and I think it comes from the same woman every time. I don't know who she is, but might she be one of these gods that you mentioned?
Well, did you see anything at all in these dreams?
Did I see anything? I don't think I did.
Just black.
Yeah, just pitch black and just a feeling.
It sounds a lot like it. It sounds like intervention. It could very well be so. You say a feminine?
Hmm. And I sometimes feel like she wants something from me, but I have no way of knowing what.
Most interesting. Well, it seems the plot, as they say, thickens.
It seems so. I'll uh I'll leave that with you if you want to look through it at some point. You can just get it back to me whenever, and I'll close my satchel and toss it over in between the tents.
Hmm. Before that, can I roll a religion to see if I realize what he's talking about? Like from the knowledge of being a
may.
cleric?
You may.
No, too much of a revelation hearing all this information. Can't work it out. I think I totaled 9.
Oof.
Yeah, there's a few that come to mind, but nothing sticking out for you.
Damn.
I
Yeah,
might
it was
look
9.
for uh, some information when we get to Chinagawa. If I can maybe find a list or something, or a book about the different gods and goddesses. Um, see what I can find. See if anything seems familiar.
And because I love you, I'm just gonna give a gentle reminder that Drazash's notes did mention a library in Shinagawa.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to read the next couple of entries together?
Yeah. Check your whispers real quick.
No. Oh wait, what? There's your answer.
Okay. I think after we're done getting all of this mess with this sickness taken care of, I think I want to go to the place that Drazash talked about finding the book. It's just a hunch, but after what you've said about this, I think it would be worth it.
I think it would be worth it also.
Okay. And I guess we'll start reading. Are we just gonna go back and forth?
Yeah, so feel free to interrupt me and discuss. Junari, you got your camera working yet?
No, I'm working on it right now.
Okay, hold on. Let's give you a minute. I'll give you a minute before you start.
Okay.
Because I want to see faces.
No,
Uh-oh.
Like, for being a little side thing, like, I'm loving how this is coming out. Like, just DM. Like, DM. My heart is so happy. Like, I'm trying not to cry right now.
God damn, I'm having a lot of trouble with my phone at the moment. I can't even get into my settings. Full blown frozen. I'll try and restart my phone.
Okay. Well, I guess while you're trying to get that restarted, I will read the next entry. I'll pause. But, alright.
So we'll just have it. Who should be reading first? Well, like, technically.
Well, I mean...
No, you'll be reading, but like, which one of us is reading while the other one keeps watch?
Oh, okay. Thank God, because I'm like, dude, my handwriting, good luck.
I'll say I'll be reading it.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I'll keep watch.
Alright. Sternadato 48, Var Moon 14. Zunori, you do note the date reference. As being unusual. The current date structure is much more refined, where this seems very loose and based off of the previous events.
Okay.
So you note, and having briefly glanced through it, the Civil War they keep talking about and the treaty that's mentioned must have just recently happened.
Right.
But okay, so despite having some form of solution and scattered answers, Hemor has elected himself to lead interrogations. The Ardrai even sent an investigator, but Hemor turned him away. That it was nothing that needed such specialized services. This relieved me greatly, as I was feverishly exercising and researching for clues to outwit an investigator, but was coming up short and pretty scared. Hemor too worried me. Who are you to send away an investigator on official business? Hemor's history with the High King predates the start of the Civil War. A civil war that lasted for generations, mind you. I will not divulge the subjects of my interrogation, if you will, but my gratitude for this kindness and the knowledge given will not be forgotten. And this memory of this time with Hemor will be cherished till my soul rejoins the aether. How you doing on the camera?
No good. I'm trying to pay attention to you as well, so yeah, I don't want to miss any names.
That's fine, don't worry about it. Alright. Sternadato 52, Var Moon 18. Today was a tough day. Kazuth needed assistance with his studies, curious of the effects that magic have on the spire's smaller components. He also was not very furtive on his own inquiries, asking if I could get some information regarding imprinted aether. Even if I was willing to betray my patron's illuminator, I am now unable. Just before assisting Kazuth, Hemor returned to the Hall of Memory, calmly confident that our paths will cross again. I hope so, my honored one. Sternadato 54, Var Moon 20. Route notes were given by Jognir, who assisted with my preparations as well. It will be well over 9 cycles to reach the closest edge of the forest, and from there perhaps another 4 or 5, depending on the terrain of the forest. Jognir suspects that I may get lost and require an additional 3 cycles to find my way again. I've decided to take the route to the Eventide Forest that passes through Hinolo. the cliffside mountain town. Any other routes may add an additional 6 to 20 cycles, given the terrain surrounding the citadel. The citadel is intentionally situated on a giant plateau of sorts. Uranus arranged this with the world builders ahead of time. The harder it is to get to, the less will be bothered by every farmer and merchant to bless them and their crops. He's mentioned before, so through the caverns of Hinolo as advised. It will have me exit just at the edge of the forest, but if I take a wrong turn, I may come out in one of the gigantic fissures that opened up during the resettlement of the realm. According to Jognir, it's nearly unfathomable to even consider one of these fissures. One can only see to even attempt comprehension. That doesn't make sense. Against his wishes, though, I have chosen to forego an Ekirin. While they are ideal for the mountain's plateaus, it is my destination that concerns me, as well as the length of the trip. And that part seems to be scribbled out a little bit. Correction. Jognir convinced me. I was not aware that there was a stable master by the name of Macaleb who would see to the return of the Ekirin. This I can do now, and it would save me a couple of cycles along the way. That point also made for good cover. I cannot say honestly that I am in any rush to return to the Citadel during this period. As much as I appreciate my fellow apprentices, they alone do not outweigh the dark cloud that now silently looms over our magical spires.
I'll look over at Zenori. Do you think we could find this Caleb? It seems he encountered the writer of this journal, if what's written is to be believed.
Yes, I think so. Where did it say where he was situated again?
It mentioned going through Hinolo, but I don't know if that's where he would be. But potentially.
It's a lead, at least. Keep
Alright,
this all in mind. We'll tend to our immediate problem and see where we can take it.
Alright, and I'll keep reading.
Sternadopto 57, Rise 1. The hardest part about packing Tori, my Ekirin, for the trip was my sweet Sybil's goodbye. I did not realize how much of a matriarch she had really become in my heart. It has been a long and full travel day, and I cannot help but notice the further I get, the emptier and more exposed I feel. As if I tied a loose thread to her in our final moments, and now it is unraveling as I continue. But this observation pales in comparison at the thought of reuniting with my beloved Linessa. As open as possible, I try to send some form of updates along the signal rings, but how many ways can one send the message of longing before it becomes redundant and burdensome? Something to perpetually ponder on, I suppose. My first day of travel has led me to the plateau's edge. Jognir's notes were not exaggerating at the site. If I was not previously advised, I would have presumed such a sight an illusion. The edge of the plateau, impossibly steep for what seems to be the distance of a half-day's ride, where it begins to level out, is terrain that would make even an Ekirin or a mountain tacto nervous. Crags and spires that must be at least as tall as the Citadel spires, winding through such treacherous rocky environments, like broken crystals or tears in a map. They protect unfathomably enormous cracks. I dare not even think how deep they go. Do they span through the entire depth of the realm's land? Has anyone ever explored the bottom? Is there even a bottom? Or would one who fell or flew down simply pass through the whole land and out the other side? Or would the realm be seated so comfortably because the world builders condensed mineral clouds, making it more of like a soft pillow? And this portion gets illegible,
as he is scribbling feverishly and appears to highlight this segment for later review. Tori has been...
I'll quickly hand the book to Zenori, since I'm already not great at reading. He'll see if he can decipher what's on the page.
Okay.
Okay, Zenori, you do not decipher anything extra that doesn't already repeat what was read, but the rest is pretty illegible.
Okay.
So, Tori has been amicable so far, much swifter than anticipated. I hold no quarrel for giving him a second helping of his favorite fruits. Sybil seems to have packed extra, but I had to review Jognir's notes. He detailed finding the edge of the plateau and riding along to a bridge over the nearby canyon, but said nothing about the small abandoned settlement. It feels old, and is no more than a few well-constructed houses. Although the location kind of makes sense, it does spark wonder. I recall whispers that some of the previous land was not moved. The kingdom of Ariel, where I was born, where many of us were born, before the land was torn, wherever that may have been from here. Orenos pondered over it from time to time with me. That to settle the civil war once and for all was to separate large chunks of the kingdom, like bickering children. One half of ours is currently overseen by Prime Minister Jonas Etios, who, while he wasn't as against the Ardrai as many of the rebels, was still unanimously selected by the people to lead. An objective barrier between the supreme power in the heart of the realm, its people. The other major portion of the kingdom was also moved from the kingdom to its current location, and after some debate is now ran by Jonas Etios' sister, Prime Minister Eitakoro. Turagoa, forgive me if I have misremembered her name. Then finally, the castle and a decent portion of its surrounding land moved apparently in between our two realms. This has now been referred to as Ard Ile. I wish our realms were as referred to so easily by name. No one can seem to agree on anything besides the darker one and the lighter one. It's quite annoying. Old Master Uranus muttered frequently of ruins. Where are the ruins? This, of course, before endeavoring with the world builders. It would seem he firmly believed there was an unaccounted section of the kingdom of Ariel. As much as I seemingly trust you, my distant reader, this journal is riskier already without writing the name of those beings. We know them in common speech simply as the harbingers of death, and we speak of them no more. Shortly before the Civil War... No, that is enough. Surely you have access to history books. I fear enough for the current level of blaspheme. Orenos, wherever you are, please forgive me for such unbecoming thoughts. And all of these thoughts are stemming from a mysterious few houses that I have sought refuge in, close to the edge of an impossible plateau, with a very quite quirky travel companion. Tori believes that showing his belly will yield more fruit for some reason. But no, not only for supply concerns, but also health. Can't have an overstuffed Ekirin come first, Starlight. Rest at this time is paramount. I have wondered enough for this cycle. And that is the end of that entry.
Would Zenori have at all heard the harbingers of death in any passing?
Roll for history.
Okay. Oh, I'm not rolling great today neither. Would you say history?
Yes.
12. God damn.
Okay, was not horrible. Hold on. You know what? Let me do a DC for this.
Oof. It's more than enough. um, you do recognize the Harbingers of Death. You haven't heard them for a while, so you kind of had to rack your brain there for a bit. But it's more, at this point, it's the level of a myth that before the Civil War and before, you know, the rebelling against the High King and all the political mumbo jumbo and the realm, you know, before all of that, the High King eradicated an immediate threat, a species that the name has since been lost, but everyone knows as the Harbingers of Death, and that is where the High King has been so revered because he was able to overcome such a danger to the kingdom of Aria.
I've heard of these. I thought they were myths, children book stories.
The Harbingers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems unusual. They're mentioned like they were actually there, like they existed.
I mean, you mentioned that one of the people in the book was, or you mentioned becoming a god. I assume if that's possible, then whatever is happening with the Harbingers could be possible.
It seems that a lot of things are possible after reading this tome. We seriously need to, this tome is more serious. It is as serious as it says it is in the tome. This is really heavy stuff, my friend.
If everyone knew the information regarding gods being made and not born, I assume that would put a
there would be an upheaval.
Exactly.
Yes.
It would bring into question their power.
Not only that.
Sorry, just really quick to chime in and kind of iterate. Yeah, Zunari, you have the full gravity of the situation, and you even have witnessed when people start asking questions about the Kingdom of Ariel and about the Harbingers of Death, they are frequently silenced pretty immediately. It is talked about in myth format and nothing beyond that.
Seems that this is all being kept secret. People who spoke about were quickly silenced. This is certainly serious. We must pay attention and take heed. And like I said, keep this book close to you, my friend. This is a damning book.
I'll keep it close. I'm beginning to wonder if this has something to do with the woman that I keep hearing wants from me.
It could. If she, like you said, she might be a god, then I'm sure, given the circumstances, I mean, think of it like this. If there can be gods made, then powerful people with bad hearts could seek godhood. That into itself is enough. And that would not rub so kindly with the already existing gods. Some gods are merciless and do not like to share their power. I can only imagine what this is.
What this would do to normal people.
This echoes well beyond human understanding. Well, living, breathing understanding anyway.
It seems we know what we're doing after we're done with this mess with the town.
Yes, it would seem, and it seems like my job is than just lazing about with a bunch of soldiers.
Speaking of, how are you gonna break away from that if you can't explain to all of them fully why you would need to, leave them behind to do this?
I'm not too sure at this point. Though military does restrict me in a lot, it does give me access as well. It opens up a lot of opportunity. So
You
I'll keep it
mentioned
as...
your father was a general.
Yes, but in saying that,
And
I don't...
Nori, also to add to that, yeah, your father is a general. Your grandfather, it did successfully make it on the Mages Council and is one of the higher members of the Mages Council.
Yes.
And you mentioned your grandfather's still around. It seems he was helping the writer of this journal.
Which is good, which might lead us to something that I can actually...
him first.
Maybe. I need to make sure we can't speak up. How do I put this? I would talk to my father about it, but he could be a silencer. We just don't know who is what. My father's my father, but that doesn't mean he's a good person.
I'm gonna get up and go grab my satchel and come back and hold out my hand for the book, or for the journal.
And I'll slide it into the satchel and I'll press it up against his chest, and I'll say, see how the crafter closed your chest, sir? This is how closed it needs to be. Do you understand? This is serious.
I do. And I think I can keep this safe a little better. I'll pull the journal out and I'll wrap the cloak around it. I'll touch the cloak and activate my magic on it. So it's kind of like it's in its like shadow form kind of thing right now, yeah. And I will put it at the bottom of the satchel and put everything else on top. And quickly put the satchel away next to where I plan on sleeping for the night. It's been a very revealing night, my friend.
I thought I would only learn about you, Sorn, but it seems that we've learned more about our world than we could ever comprehend.
We'll have to have a talk like this again.
My thoughts exactly.
I'm assuming it's coming time for shift change.
Yeah.
Just about, but we're just gonna go ahead and bookmark the session.
Perfect.
Excellent.
So just as a reminder, we are not having a session next week.
Cliffhanger.
I know.
Who will be second shift?
Wow,
Yeah, because you
our
guys
second
technically
shift
did
is,
not decide.
second shift's gonna be super boring, guys.
Comparatively, yeah.
Not gonna lie.
So we will be back Wednesday, December 1st. And unless any of you guys have holiday breaks over Christmas falls on the weekend, New Year's falls on the weekend, we'll just play it by ear. But with that being said, stay safe, stay nerdy. If holidays are upon you, happy holidays. And we will see you all in a couple weeks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.